I am single-handedly
right. That's
carrying this beast of a show we got.
That's good.
Coo, 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 coo.
I was watching dirt bike tests, Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, and that Jimmy Lewis guy doesn't know anything. That was Husaberg.
Ain't nobody buying that.
Take the hose and cut it. This is the tech tip of the show. Sliver to the end. So it's feathered so that it can't get such a good suction on it. Amazing tip number 2 of the show. If you don't know what it's going to be like, have somebody else do it first. I can't tell you how frustrated I get watching the amount of opportunities Trevor had to just go in and slam you in every turn.
Right about now.
Live from Pahrump, Nevada, the Valley of the Dirt People, it's Tech Talk Taco Tuesday with your hosts, Jimmy Lewis and Logan Tyler.
Welcome to the show, episode 217. Hopefully we're making sound. That's a big thing. We have problems with this every once in a while. But welcome to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. This is the show where we talk about motorcycle and motorcycle-related products, and I'm having... Uh-oh. That's not good.
What? That red?
See where it's dropping frames and it's like red there? We're having some big glitches here. We'll see what happens here. Nobody's on Wi-Fi around here, right? Nobody's logged into the Wi-Fi's? Okay, good. Because I think I have everything else shut down. Maybe this, I'm going to shut this off. Bye, you guys. And now, yeah, you can't stay if you're affecting our Wi-Fi's. Oh, it's really low. It's dropping a lot of frames. This is bad. This show could be in danger of getting crushed right now. Let me see if I switch the cameras if it helps. Hi, welcome to the show. Yeah, Jimmy Tyler's here. Jimmy Tyler.
Guys.
Welcome to the show. The good thing is we're able to record it right now. So This is being recorded, and we can always upload it later. But the live show may be taking a big hit because something funky is going on. Nobody's commenting, sucking up the interwebs. Well, tell me if the sound is dead. Actually, I think it's really bad because the comments are coming in so slow that there's something funky going on inside of here. And I'm not uploading videos or anything right now.
No, but
I'm closing down everything that I possibly can to make this work. Okay, every spreadsheet is gone. Everything else is gone. This is closed down. Oh, boy.
It's jittery, but it's going.
Okay.
Let's proceed. I think we should proceed.
Okay, we'll proceed as planned. This is the Canadian version of the show.
Yeah, we're going out for a rip, are you, boys?
Right, yeah. We have some Canadians in the house, but I wanted to do something special for them.
You got out for a rip? Yeah, my favorite song.
Yeah, welcome, guys. So Gronk, you should be really happy. This is, special thing just for you and these guys. This is the most popular song in Canada, right? Yeah. It's that guy from that band. They were popular. It's called Rush.
I was going to say, this is Rush.
So, and not only that, we have in our possession tonight some Molson Canadians. So
look at that.
Sorry, Mark. We're probably not gonna be doing the tequila tonight. Although I do have one side saddle over here, but it looks like it's going to be Canadian whiskey and Molson Canadians. Cheers, Jimmy. On that note,
I think anybody can learn anything they want to learn about Canada off the Out for a Rip video.
Out for a Rip.
Do you know this?
No. What is
Just
it?
Google Out for a Rip. You guys know it, right?
They don't
we need
know
new
it?
Canadians in here. Can we get the replacement Canadians?
Well, these guys are out here doing a little bit of rally training. They're doing the in-person.
They're rally dudes.
They're doing the in-person part of my rally training where they've taken the 2 days, 2 evenings of online classes, and then you come out and work on some drills and some road books. So they're doing this, and they're one of them, I think, at least one of them is a fan of the show. We have one fan of the show? Okay, good. One is a fan of the show.
Used to be till I started saying shit about them.
The other, and they're going to go nameless because I don't like to pick on people too much. But thanks for the beer, guys. Super appreciate it.
Cheers.
And if you guys have any Tech Talk Taco Tuesday questions, even you, TJ, side panels.
Side panels over there.
You can lob them at us when you notice the show's getting a little bit slow. But the good thing is that even though I dropped my notes paper on the floor and it looks like we're dropping a shit ton of frames on
I got
this.
no giga jiggies.
There's a setting I can go to, and I don't know what happened. This is the problem with Neil Peart for vice president, by the way.
Neil
Of
Peart?
Canada?
I'm in. Yeah, Neil Peart.
Of Canada, maybe? I don't know. So,
Where you get all that?
yeah, Pahrump internets are causing us a little bit of issues.
Neil Peart for vice president.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting the chats off of here. They do pop up on the screen up there as well. If you're trying to, you've been in here before. You should be a professional.
Yeah,
at
I
this.
don't know.
Why didn't you bring that other kid of yours?
I know.
Logan's not here.
He just barely gets off of work in time to, and he didn't. He walked in the door as we were leaving, so he wasn't ready.
Oh, what?
He's got a job and a, yeah.
He's got a girlfriend?
No.
See, I was kind of
He's
thinking
got a dirt bike.
I was gonna
or two, and that's all his girlfriend he needs.
Right. No, I agree with that. I was gonna try to help him out tonight if they need some counseling on that front. But we just go back to here to.
I think he's too smart for all that. I guess
They're gonna do a drum solo pretty soon. I remember when I was a kid, I loved this.
Neil
Yeah.
Peart's insane.
Okay.
And Rutch is awesome.
I hope the sound's working. Okay. So, hey,
Google out for a rip.
Jimmy, just so you know, you are, according to our current ratings, the best rated host that we've had. So yeah, congratulations. Yeah,
I'm good at one thing.
Suck it up there. Oh, what's that?
I don't know.
Not doing this?
Not a dirt bike either. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So you're the number one rated host on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. I know another guy. He's in witness protection right now. Someplace in Vegas is not going to be very happy about hearing that news. But
Yeah.
Jerry, we wouldn't have these awesome designs that we have.
Oh yeah.
Like
you.
like that. Yep, we wouldn't have those awesome designs without your amazing assistance. So, and I figured out why, because like there's 10 people that regularly watch the show, maybe 11. Right? But and then they're the ones that watch it after we produce it so they can stand the sound. Mm-hmm. You have a big family, kind of extended family, and I don't understand this because like sometimes you guys come to the class and your family fills almost the whole class.
Yeah.
They come in all these motorhomes and they fill up my whole parking lot. Yeah, the compounds. You get them to watch, don't you?
No, I don't. No,
Okay.
I don't even tell anybody.
You don't tell anybody you're here.
No, I brought side panels. Here.
Side panels. Yeah.
He's family now.
That's
we,
good.
We
yeah.
brought him into the fold, and we
it-
just run out of people to hang doors and stuff. So we make them family.
Right. So yeah, I tried to do that around here, but I didn't pay them enough. They wouldn't stick around. So, side panels, by the way, is our good buddy TJ. If you want to know who TJ is, maybe we could almost let him co-host one of these times.
Maybe bring him in for a segment tonight. He's a shy guy, but he's just smart guy.
So was Logan when he started.
He's not that shy. No way.
Logan didn't talk.
Oh no,
he was the perfect co-host. He didn't talk, and I said, Logan, when I grab this, Jimmy, go ahead.
Yeah. Talk, Logan. Yeah,
that's why Jimmy's not
Logan
that good.
Logan would go. Oh.
Yeah. He'd stall out for a whole sip.
Yeah, Logan was brought in to fill in the beer gaps.
Right, and then read the questions, which proved to be astronomically difficult, and everybody thought like, well, why, why?
You would send him some like Arabic or however you say that.
Dude, I used to get questions that were written in literally hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
He would take a picture of it with his phone, and go through translate stuff. And he would, he figures some of this stuff out, and it got to be a point where it turned into a joke. I mean, it was kind of a joke that I brought him on the show. You wondered what the hell I was doing. You thought thought it was a Chester over here. He just wanted just young kids hanging around. No, it was purposeful. He didn't talk, and it was kind of funny, and it was kind of a shtick. And then it worked out to where he was figuring stuff out that I couldn't figure out. And we kept challenging him. We were having him read junk emails from China that were wanting to sponsor us or give us product, and it ended up working out pretty good. And then he quit. Just vaporized. So TJA might have a shot here. There's spots available. I do pick on you. You're gonna have to. But if you want to know who TJ really is, you've got to watch Trevor Hunter's video of racing the Checkers Hare and Hound. It's up on Dirt Bike Test, and TJ is
about the first 5 minutes of it.
He's in there for a while. You watch Trevor do a bomb run where I just got all over him because I used to desert race a little bit. I had some experience of that. He blew his line on the bomb, and I'm like,
how he ended up in that rain rut.
Oh yeah, he would have been first to the bomb had he not done that.
Looked like
he was pretty damn sure he was going to be.
He looked like he shot out of a rocket. I saw the start.
Yeah, and I'm like,
big start. But
how did you mess that up? And then he told me how much he practiced the bomb, and I'm like, that's all you do. That's the only thing you do at a desert race is practice the bomb. That's why
he didn't practice the bomb. I take it.
Well, he didn't practice it enough. Okay. He had a really good line, but if you miss your line, then I don't know. So, but then he goes into the race and he gets behind somebody, and that somebody is TJ sitting over here, and you'll know why I call them side panels. and I, the good thing about what you did in that thing is you roosted the F out of him a couple times.
Yeah, baby.
But you know what? It's nice. I like that you're roosting Trevor. I appreciate that. You hear the rocks bouncing off and stuff like that. All I see really is less acceleration than ideal, and I see a lot of tire wear, unnecessary tire wear when I see that. But it did make for good video. So good to you, TJ. If you want to come over,
it was his first race as a pro, and
my first pro race.
Let's see. I see two chats on the screen. Is the second one making it lag? Well, Joshua, that's a great question.
Thanks, Josh.
Let me look and see if I can do something there. You want to thank our sponsors? We should thank our sponsors, Jimmy. You do this, and I'll work on the technical thing.
On it like a hillbilly's on his sister. We got Yamaha.
Yamaha, good. I'm sure that's the way.
Oh, you want me to do this? You sure?
I think so.
Sure about this?
I don't
Yamaha,
see two
they
chats
make
on
the
screen.
cool blue ones.
Good.
Gotta love them. Actually, TJ was racing a Yamaha. Takamoto. Super cool parts out of him. Scott Sports. I love their goggles, the transition lens stuff. Prospect. Yep. Should be wearing that right now.
Right, bright here.
In case the Canadians get froggy over there or something. And we got Climb on board. Super good gear. Good, really good. DDC, Lady Drive Components.
Oh, speaking of that,
tonight's
special our product giveaway.
Is it DDC Sprocket?
It's DDC Sprocket, brought to you by DDC.
Ooh.
So
You cannot beat them.
If you've suffered through what we're doing to you right now with the audio frames dropping or the visuals dropping, but I heard the audio is okay, is what's out there. If you're suffering through this, the reward for this is a DDC Sprocket brought to you by ddcracing.net. What you need to do, here's how it works. You need to email me, jimmy@dirtbiketest.com. You need to email me, and you put Sprocket in the subject line. So you better do this properly. So I gotta remember what this is. Put Sprocket in the subject line, and you need to put the DDC part number of the sprocket you want. I don't care what it's for. You put me the part number of the DDC sprocket you want in not in the subject line, but in the email.
The body.
I'm going to randomly grab one of those. I'm going to send it over to Nate, and he's going to hook you up with a sprocket.
Sweet.
Provided it's in stock, but their stock is low right now, but they're cranking. And if it isn't, he'll get you it when it comes in. So that's the product thing.
So basically,
to do.
go on their website, figure out the sprocket that fits your bike.
Do you know who QJ Sales is?
Yeah.
Because allegedly it's your daughter Tatum.
My daughter Tatum. Oh my God, I do have a daughter named Tatum. Yeah.
And George says, I'm not sure if watching.
How do you not figure out how to get a picture on your Facebook, buddy?
Yeah, I'm not sure if watching a dubbed Chinese kung fu movie with subtitles or an old clutch cargo.
That's Jorge.
Yeah.
We know that guy. He's not spam.
So,
Hi, it's your daughter Tatum.
Yeah.
Maybe that guy Tatum knows everybody.
Is she QJ Sales?
No, she's not. That is definitely not her.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to tell you when we were talking about this, like why your episode rated the best, and I figured you flat out denied that it was because it was just all your family watching, but I think it's all your kids and their friends. They
don't know how to turn on Facebook.
No, they want to do something crazy. No, they know how to do it. They just don't show you. Mm-hmm. They want to do some crazy stuff, and they see if you're live on Facebook, you can't be over there like getting them in trouble.
Ah.
So like probably half of Henderson's over at your house right now throwing a
They
rager.
probably are. All I know is I buy a lot more beer than I used to, and I don't drink anymore. Can't quite figure out where it goes.
Except for here.
Yeah.
Okay. And to that we go. Okay. More sponsors.
All right, more sponsors. DDC Trail Tech. Cool stuff right there. Don't actually have one, but not anymore.
We had Trail Tech's recording what these guys
my
were
next
doing
bike's
today.
gonna have one that I get. We got and Fasst Company. I just got a set of impact pegs. They're sweet as could be. Bulletproof designs and double take mirrors. There's double take right there.
Right there. I use that to do. Let's see. I'm pushing more buttons to try to fix this thing.
Pretty much the only mirror you can use in dual sport if you're gonna go hit the good stuff, right?
Right. Well, they actually work.
Even like KTM mirrors still aren't good enough to kind of stay there.
The good thing is they actually
Work as
work.
mirrors. Yeah, you can see behind you.
Right. So this is a show where we do answer your motorcycle product related questions. I'd like to thank anybody who's clicking through on our Amazon links, our Rocky Mountain ATVMC links on the show. You can chat, ask your questions. We answer it. Again, the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame is coming up.
Yeah.
January 27th. I'm going. There was a big announcement today about maybe a little trail ride that's happening after. That'd be the Sunday after the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. So if you're coming into Vegas for that,
I'm in.
check out their news releases. It'll be inside there. This interesting thing called the Dakar Rally is going on right now. We don't talk about racing on this show unless it involves me. You know what I mean, TJ? We talked about your racing.
Yeah,
we can watch TJ race a little bit.
I'd like that.
Yeah, okay. So we don't talk about racing here, but if you want to, Dakar Daily Podcast does a really good job of breaking down what's going on. Ricky Brabeck, overall leader currently, a few more days to go.
He's a big, hairy American winning machine.
Yep, I hope he's
He's looking good.
he's looking good. Everything's
It's the Dakar.
going to it's
so
not
hard to do.
And like everybody
So hard
says,
to
it's
do.
not over till it's over. So he's good there. And another update on the fake climb websites that were popping up. This is really interesting. So, Climb, another big sponsor of the show. I'm wearing check out this Climb flannel. You
Oh,
noticed
buddy,
it because you took it. You said you took
I had
it out
one
of
in
your
my
cart.
cart.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, super awesome Climb stuff. So there was
Big
a lot
rag
of
rag.
there was a lot of fake Climb. If you see Climb stuff that literally seems too good to be true, and it's not at climb.com, it probably is too good, and they're just going to suck money out of your credit card. But Climb does have a section on their website where they have closeouts and discount stuff. So if you go to climb.com and go there, they are actually promoting some leftovers
They got some banger deals
non-current
on
stuff.
there.
Really good. There's some. I actually when I was in there looking for this stuff, I actually saw some stuff and I'm like,
The discontinued or something.
yeah.
they
But the
call it.
problem is they don't want me in that stuff, or they don't want Heather in that stuff because it's no longer
school.
non-current. Yeah, they want you in the new stuff. But thanks to Climb for hooking me up with some of the really awesome casual stuff. Check out this shirt. Look at that shirt. Hold on, I gotta do Superman here. Check out my shirt, dude.
All my gear stunk, and I
Damn.
wore about a 10-year-old set of Dakar gear this week, or Climb Dakar when I went riding this weekend.
Yep.
God, I don't know what it would take to kill that stuff.
Hey, I will tell you.
It's like at least 10 years old.
I'll be
Maybe
the,
more.
I'll be the first person to tell you this stuff is not cheap. It's
No.
it's not inexpensive, but it's durable. And if you think about it, if you go through 3 items of something that's a third of the cost, you're getting stuff that maybe it's not a cool brand. You know, like I don't really care. I don't care about like the brand logo and stuff. That's not my thing. I like how functional stuff
Yeah.
is. And I buy really cheap stuff and I buy really expensive things. And I buy cheap stuff and stuff that I like kind of don't necessarily care about, but I've started to learn.
Treat yourself.
Well, like especially with clothes, like I have my favorite pieces. None of them are cheap.
No.
And if they were
Weird how that
cheap, I liked them, and then they exploded.
Yeah.
And nothing I've ever had. I mean, there's been like a couple pairs or generations of gloves, and there was maybe a few different itinerations of pants, of climb stuff, gear-wise stuff, that had problems. And they knew about this, and I know anybody that sent their stuff back in, it got warrantied. And I knew it right away because I got it, and it's like I ride a lot, and stuff started coming apart, and I'm like, hey, and they go, we know. They knew there was a problem at the factory and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not like when, people are like, destroying their, wrecking their stuff on purpose and then trying to send it back in for warranty.
No.
After you think that you're smart when you do that. I've seen people do this.
Sure.
I've been to different companies' warranty department, and they'll go, how do you think this happened? And you look at it and you go, God, how could that happen? I couldn't figure it out. And they're like, yeah, that's what we kind of thought. So we started looking into it, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh, this guy built this contraption to use this belt sander to wear down threads.
It looks a lot different than when you hit the dirt.
Right, correct. Stuff like this.
It just does.
But anyways,
10-year-old gear. Couldn't believe how well it fit.
Good. What is that? The Climb Vato flannel? Yeah, Victor. It's the.
It is.
Man. It's the Vato. Hey, if I was doing it right, Holmes, I'd pull it up and button this one here, and I pull this down here like this. But my T-shirt's not so white, eh? Give me a break, Holmes.
The taller the socks, the downer the fool.
Yeah. We had a good. You want to see a kind of a funny show? Watch the first few minutes of our, I don't know what episode. It was Halloween last year, so I'm going to go with. It had to have been around 190, 20. How many weeks would Halloween have been ago?
Don't
like
know.
5, 6, 7. So no, maybe 208, somewhere around there. I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a down fool show.
Down the fool.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, Climb Casual Wear. That's one of our products of the week.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Next product of the week. While we're at it, this product of the week is brought to you by Bulletproof Designs, and interestingly enough, this is a Bulletproof Designs product of the week that if you ride...
Says beta right on it.
Oh, boy, you're eyeing this thing already, aren't you? So this is, and they make these for a lot. This is a chain guide swing arm guide protector. And so basically what it does is it goes in and it bolts to the... you can actually bolt it to the swing arm if you want to. You don't have to. And so what it does is it kind of goes in there and it strengthens the two swing arm tabs. So ordinary people, they don't have to worry about this. But if you're riding some rocks and some enduro stuff and you want to be safe, these little pieces they make for Betas, KTMs, Yamahas, and when we just started testing,
when you break that tab off your bike, it does.
It's expensive, if and a lot of guys don't want their swing arms welded because they're heat treated, and you weld a swing arm and stuff happens. So this is a good preventative measure piece for a lot of bikes. I have them on a lot of my bikes, and it just eliminates problems. And I've run, better chain guides and stuff, and all it does is put more stress onto these. And so this is just one extra thing you can do. So bulletproofdesigns.com. Go there to check this stuff out and all the other protective equipment that they make. A fine sponsor. Glad they're helping us out here at Tech Talk. Let them know Dirt Bike Test sent you. Okay. Man, I sound like an ad reader.
Makes the world go around, man.
So... video is glitchy. We know this. I'm trying to figure out why it's glitchy on the backside while trying to keep talking. So what else do we have?
For sponsors, I think we're it. We need to talk about Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, the Car Daily Podcast.
Yeah, we did. We got that. JimmyLewisOffroad.com. What about that one?
JimmyLewisOffroad.com. Better yourself on a bike.
Become a better rider.
It works. I promise you.
Okay.
I'm here
We
to
should
tell
probably we're testing KTM 2-strokes, Beta 2-strokes.
Beta 300, 2T.
I'm actually haven't been doing a lot of that because I've been doing schools. So let's get right into the question.
All right. This is from Scott. Hey, Jimmy, I have a question for you. Why do you go more narrow front rim and rear on your 1090? Was it to accommodate a 140 series tire, more enduro style tires available in that size? If so, does it apply to the front also? Another note. Do you recommend using a crossbar on the flex bars?
Two questions there.
Yeah, there is.
So onto the rims on my
Or
adventure
three.
bikes. On almost all of my adventure bikes, I tend to, when I get wheels built for them, I tend to run a slightly narrower the rim than stock. So when they build these adventure bikes, they're trying to make them really good on-road and off-road. And so there's going to be compromises on both. On-road, you want to spread that tire out. You want to have less of a round tire so it has a nicer roll in on the street when you're going around the turns and the twisties.
Really?
But when you go to a narrow rim, the tire gets more, I'll call it rounded.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the bike actually kind of falls into the turns a little bit differently, a little quicker. But off-road, we can't lean like that. And off-road, when the terrain's soft, when that tire digs in, you'd think that the wider pattern might work. And what I found is that when it's wider, on a lot of surfaces, it doesn't bite as well. It slides more.
Mm-hmm.
Like even though it's kind of a more spread, it doesn't make sense, but it's kind of what I feel, and it feels like for me that when I go to the narrower rims, I get a little bit more bite of traction. Like it just holds and it sticks a little bit better with that. And then I can run sometimes like the smaller tire. I don't want those big wide tires on because they catch on things. With the wider rims, if you kind of catch the side of a rock, it's more prone to denting. And then denting is if you're tubeless, that's one thing. But even when you have tubes, they tend to be able to be pinched easier when you've got a bigger, call it target.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, and I do it front and rear. I just
run
that's
narrower rims.
And it's a personal thing, and I don't know exactly. So I don't know exactly the size. So I've been using W wheels for a long time now.
Yeah.
John down there, he thought I was crazy because I'd been doing this for a while. I mean, I'm doing it since way back in the BMW days, and it was hard in the BMW days because they had their wheels. They were spoked because they're really tubeless rims, and they were spoked to the outside of the rim.
Yeah,
like the
I know what they
spokes
look like.
go out to the side, so on the sidewall. And a company back then, it was called Woody's Wheels Works, and they're still around, and they do stuff. They do really quality stuff, and that guy was a wheel scientist as well. And I was talking to him once, and he's like, I can make one of those. And so he actually built up the BMW is a single-sided swing arm. It's a real interesting hub, and he built this crazy, called it a super light wheel. And he built one normal size, and I said, hey, is there any, because back then I thought maybe I wanted to try to run knobbies on an adventure bike. Bad idea, by the way. So I went for a narrower rim and ripped every knobby off the tire, and it was too narrow and it didn't work. So I go to a little bit narrower tire than the full-size adventure tire. But to answer your question, yeah, I run narrow rims. They know what I run. They know what I run on the KTMs. They know what I run on the Yamahas.
Right.
And I can explain why, and they kind of just let the customer decide. Like they're like, "Oh, you have to talk to Jimmy about it." They know the sizes. I'll tell you how it works. If you're looking for better off-road performance, I'm not going to.
So it ups your off-road stuff.
Yeah, I ride. I mean, my adventure bike. Yeah, I do ride it on the street a lot to get someplace, but that's not why I have it. I have it to ride it in the dirt.
Yeah, no. You need it to really
venturing around. So I'm picky about this.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, and I get it. I mean, that's what I would want too. And I don't have an adventure bike or never really done it, but you're never going to get stranded in the street with a bad tire, right? You just get picked up, call AAA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need the better stuff.
Yeah,
when you're in the
better
middle of
stuff in
nowhere.
the dirt. Yeah,
you need to be set up for the middle of nowhere.
Does make sense. Yeah.
My dumb philosophy. Thanks, Scott. Good question. Now we got.
Back to the. I've never taken the crossbars on the Flex off.
What would even happen?
Well, no, I think they're robust enough to where those things are not doing a whole lot. I remember asking Cole about this one time because they have the ones that
Could you
have
tell
the
the
steering.
difference between that one over Scott's?
No. The one that has allows the damper to go inside of it. No, and then I bolt a lot of stuff to those things.
I
literally
yeah,
bolt.
I've seen some of you got.
I was doing it today. I was drilling holes in a crossbar today to bolt a big ram ball to mount rally equipment onto. So yeah, but no, I always run them. I think structurally they can. It's not kind of part of the structure. But the other funny thing is I have never bent a set of flex handlebars yet. I mean, I've seen people do it. I've been.
It's been done, but man, they are so hard to bend.
So
hard to bend.
Like we talked.
He thought he bent his set. No, he bent his stems.
Stems, yeah.
Every time it's the stems.
I've been to Fasst Company. I've seen the warranty department. And that's one of those
It's
places where I saw like
that guy's got his feet on a desk all day.
How did he bend that? How did he break that? And it's few and far between. But people are like, and they can rebuild them. But
they're bendable.
Yeah, and you can bend anything. But man, I mean, as much
they're
as
hard. They are the toughest bars out there.
Yeah. Yeah, Fasst Company Flex Handlebars, good sponsor of the show. We only say good things about our sponsors. Test me. Ask me something bad about one of my sponsors and see what I say.
I would never think about taking those top bars off. What could you possibly get out of that, taking the top crossbar out? More flex, I would guess, right? Out of the polymers?
No. I mean, that bar can't, in the way that the bars move,
I'm with you there.
There's no, you can't flex anymore. I mean, in order to get it to flex there, in order to get it to flex like in the crossbar way, you'd have to bottom them out. You'd have to bottom the elastomer. I mean, physically bottom the elastomer out before that lower, what is it, inch and an eighth?
This guy, San Felipe Bob, and his wild. He's a space shuttle engineer guy.
Oh, that's Mojave Bob.
Mojave Bob.
Yeah. Different guy.
Sorry, San Felipe.
Ashley says, my Climb baklava saved my face in this freezing cold. We give those away at the school.
I know.
And we have those are one of the sometimes
super cool
the items that we give out when we do that. Gronk says narrow rims are stronger in my opinion. I run a 160 on the front of my 950 Adventure. I think that's what I'm running. What's standard on a dirt bike? A one. See, this is where I always get confused.
210 in the rear and I think it's a 160 up front.
160?
I think so.
Yeah, that's.
And like a 210 in the rear?
I'm running a slightly wider, so maybe it's a 180. I don't know. You're asking me numbers, and I've had a Molson Canadian. Hey, do you think you can get him to sponsor me, eh? Mm-hmm. The guys at the factory?
We go out for a rip, bud.
Yeah. So, okay, next question.
This is from Mike Collins. To the Great White North.
I'll bet you all the Australians right now are super pissed off at us because we're not recognizing them. I mean, do they have music like this in Australia? Do they live underground? Yeah. I like the part where they go hoo 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 like that. Yeah. Okay. Next.
Okay. Mike Collins. I've been looking at the 250 YZ FX and the WR 250F. From what I can see, they are almost the same. With the YZ getting the upgraded ECM and less restricted muffler, the WR gets the multifunction display and lights. Maybe suspension setting, ? Yeah. Same price point, and I'm wondering, am I missing something? Of course, I want all the goodies and just wondering which to start with. Add lights, computer, YZ, ECM muffler to the WR.
Lee. Does this question
hit home
with you? Exactly. He was test riding our WR250 today.
Okay.
He's out putting it around.
I actually think I can answer this one.
Do you know all the answers to this question?
I know some of them.
Some of them. Okay. Yeah. No. So correct us if we're wrong. But
first off, are they decently different bikes, or do you call them almost the same?
I think they're quite different.
Quite different myself too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's thinking they're pretty much the same, and this is what the problem with specs on a computer are.
Right. So yeah, if you look at the spec sheet, they're going to look kind of the same, but they're sold quite a bit different. One's a full-on race bike, and another one's a compliant, sound compliant. I don't want to say emissions compliant because they don't really have for a dirt bike, there's not really emissions, but unless you're in California, yeah. But there's stock. There's no comparison.
No, agreed.
But when you quote uncork the WR,
don't know,
which you can do in Nevada.
Sure.
No problem. We can because competition bike. So you remove the intake restriction. You remove the restriction inside of the exhaust. You remove the stop on the throttle because the throttle stop only goes about halfway on a stock WR.
Oh, they got a...
Yeah, there's a throttle stop in there, so you can replace it. You buy the competition ECU is the best way to do it because the stock ECU is mapped to work with those things installed. And when you take them out, it can still rev up to where it needs to rev up to, and it will fuel it when the throttle goes, more than where the stop is, but it's not There's also some stuff in that mapping to make it pass sound tests. So when you hold that bike wide open, which is half throttle, there's some interesting stuff. So when you're riding the bike and you're passing through there, so that's why you go to the competition ECU. Easiest thing to do, bolted on, it's a few extra bucks, but you're getting lights and the power to run the lights. That's different than the FX.
So you get a much more
bigger
stable.
ignition. So you have, and then it runs the fan as well. So you can easily run the fan and the lights, no problem there. The second thing is the suspension. Yes, it is different. It's different internal valving, and for sure, it's more suitable to trail riding on the WR. If you go racing, it kind of depends on what kind of a person you are. If you want to slam into stuff, which is not me, you're much better off on an FX stock. If you want to kind of ride around the bumps, or try to be smoother, the WR works better where the FX feels harsh to me. So with the exact same springs and settings. So I prefer the WR. If I were, but then that's kind of like trail riding back east, because that's what he's talking about. Or does he give us a location?
I don't think he does, but I had an East Coast feel on this.
I got the East Coast feel. But if I were out in the desert, then because just the speeds are higher and the FX kind of setting just tends to work a little bit better there. We don't have the. Sometimes when you're in the rocks, it's sort of similar to what you get in the roots and the mud and the slop and stuff like that. But it's just different. Like if you watch what Trevor puts up when he talks about bikes, he's complaining about everything needing springs and needs to be stiffer. And the kid's lighter than me, wants to ride stiffer springs than I do. So it's all personal, and especially suspension. They do their best job. All manufacturers, not just Yamaha, they do their best job to build the bike that's going to work the best for the widest range of people. Well, guess what? You're not the widest range of people, and so it's always going to be you want to do something here and there and whatever. But I prefer WR settings, all honesty, and maybe because I'm old now.
But the real thing you need to take out of this is they're definitely not the same bike.
Correct.
And which is it is hard to relate that in stats, right, or specs.
Yeah,
So,
the spec sheet doesn't do it any justice. So, but
don't know the level of what you want to do there. But
it's if you're going to get the WR, budget in to buy the ECU, the competition ECU, and guess what? The Power Tuner app is free, and that's the. Just on an FX, for instance, the FX.
The WR's got that too?
Yeah. Well, you have to. It doesn't work with the stock ECU. You have to buy the competition ECU,
gotcha.
or it won't talk to it.
ECUs are kind of expensive, though, right?
$500, $400, something like this. But if you buy an aftermarket one, it's $800.
Yeah,
or whatever, and you get quote a special tune or whatever special tune. Just a special tune on an ECU is just like stock suspension on a dirt bike. I'll get into that later if you want me to. But but the thing is, if you buy the FX or any YZ or any Yamaha, and here we go, the show brought to you by Yamaha. The best thing about the Yamaha 4-strokes, by far and away, the best thing about them, besides that they win all the shootouts and they have the most power and they have the best suspension, all the other stuff that everybody says, which a lot of it is very accurate. The Power Tuner app gives you 18 different cams, 77 different pipes,
a bunch of different jets.
Yeah, like jets up the
whole
yin-yang.
JD jet barrage.
It does stuff that all these other parts do at the push of a phone. You just get your phone, which I have my phone right here, and it used to be talking to the Instagrams, but I could literally go like this, like that, and I go right over here, and I go to my Yamaha Power Tuner app, and if my Yamaha were right over here, where the hell did that thing go?
I love that app.
You know what's funny is,
so fun.
is I see the Kawasaki one because they have one now too.
Oh,
Yeah, Kawasaki has one too. But anyways, I would push the button, it would get me the app, and I could go like that, and I could make my Yamaha into anything I want. Yep.
shit.
Thank
Cali,
you.
Good for them.
Thank you, Blue Crew. If you don't know what it's like play with it. If people always, they email us all, hey, can you send me this map? And I'm like, yeah, I can send you that map, but why do you want it? I always ask, before I send it, I want them to at least give me some some background,
Right.
because my map may not be what you want. I ask them, what do you want your bike to do? Because I may have in my inventory a better map than like the quote Jimmy map or whatever it is that they want. Because
Right,
just because it's my map doesn't mean it's better. It's better for me.
No.
That's why I named it
But,
after myself.
Yeah, I had a Yamaha. You can really change that bike though with that map, with that
Yeah.
mapping. You can build the monster you want or whatever.
Okay.
Good question, Mike. Now we got Butt Vader.
Hold on, we got to handle the people in the chat.
Oh, we got live guys.
Because we've got people that are asking questions here. Let's see. Japanese spoke pattern using CJ Designs spoke kit. That was Gronk. I'm not sure. He's talking about the wheels. So here's the thing. Everybody thinks I have ADD. Huh? You guys are
don't know.
laughing? Hey,
What's
it's
ADD?
hey,
I don't know what that is.
it's I hate to
I
say
hear
it.
about it, but I'm not smart enough to.
I don't know what I'm not smart enough to know what those letters mean either. But the funny thing is, it's like I think it's an advantage, but I'm not having ADD on this show. What I'm doing is I'm going back to the question, so I don't. My mind doesn't like. It's not like a record that hops and jumps
Yeah, I
and
don't
skips. It's more like a
I think that's
orchestrated.
people that are jealous that can't think about 9 things at once.
It's more orchestrated,
that.
like a really good working DJ.
Okay.
You know, that's just mixing all the stuff. He's mixing 3 or 4 of your favorite things.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So some people like it when they can listen to one thing and all the way through and the other thing and stuff. Have you ever heard DJ Z Trip?
I love the guys.
Yeah.
Turn me on to them.
Yeah, it's nutty. Like that's what's going on in my head a little bit. But the reason I jump is because the questions switch over, and I'm going back. And Anthony Z, I don't know even where this came out of, but should I pick up a used XCF header or an FMF Mega Bomb for my 350 EXC? Oh, I know. I'll tell you 100%. I know the answer to this thing.
No clue.
Get the Mega Bomb. I'm a big Mega Bomb fan. I rode some of the very first hand welded ones, the ones you see those crazy pictures of. I remember riding those going riding with Donnie and Danny Laporte, and like, hey, try this thing. What do you think of this? And I'm like, I don't know. And I thought it was an expansion chamber. I had no idea what they're doing. It's a resonance chamber. If Bob were here, he would tell us the name, the Holtzheimer.
On it,
Yeah, what it is. But and it's funny because I have 2 or 3 500s right now, and they're hard to. You have to get the 450 header for it. I want to get Mega Bombs for these things. So
Hey, look at Gronk's. Now, I don't know if you're going to get that, but I'm going to get it. Coo, 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 coo. That's for our Canadian Strange Brew.
yeah, you Canadian guys.
Everybody knows Strange Brew.
Yeah, they have a lot of time on their hands when they're living underground.
That's a good one.
These
Gronk.
guys had these guys had to come out here to come above ground.
Fucking Canadians. God, they get messed with everywhere they go.
But they're still nice.
I know, it's great.
Yeah,
It's great.
not like the Australians.
great.
Australians are kind of
Guys gonna
aggressive.
thump me. They're
and
bigger than me, both of them.
And I figured it out. It's like you guys. What kind of animals do you have in Canada that want to kill you?
Fucking moose.
I would say polar bear.
Polar bears.
Moose,
Okay.
grizzly bear.
Yeah. But everything in Australia is venomous and it wants to kill you, and it makes for aggressive people. So that's why I think I get all those kind of aggressive comments on
that's true.
on the thing. And that's why the one guy that snuck in under the radar, by the way, Tech Talk Taco Tuesday t-shirt update, 2 weeks, I think they're going to be done. And I may have a small limited supply of t-shirts that could get printed up like in the next couple days that I could send with my Canadian buddies here. And not saying that they're going to export them across the border, but they're probably, they might have to use them as seat cushions to get them through. Because I mean, when you guys go back across the border, it's gnarly. They check everything. Yeah,
It'll be fine.
it's like us coming back from Mexico.
Si habla dinero.
So, anyways, okay, yeah, coo. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
what is
Bob and Doug McKenzie.
What is Ron Wilder says? Looking to buy one of the following 4. Okay, T7. It's a
Done. Buy
Yamaha,
it.
by the way. Well,
Buy it.
Well, since this show is sponsored by Yamaha, we're gonna say you have to say absolutely 100%. Touareg 660. I got
Don't
to.
even know what that is.
It's an Aprilia.
Oh,
Aprilia. I rode one of those at the
Weird.
last The last classic, I had one of those.
That thing was the gnarliest sounding bike.
Yeah, it sounds
that
good.
thing was awesome sounding.
Sounds good. The V-Strom 800. You own one?
I do.
Yeah. And an AJP PR7. So, Trevor has one of those sitting in his garage with a dead battery, and he's like, Jimmy, can you come help me?
AJP?
Yeah. It's a Portuguese
is
bike.
even that?
It's a Portuguese brand that I don't know where the bike's built, but it looks kind of like a rally bike. It's actually pretty cool
Sick.
looking. So we have one. Do you have an experience other than the T7, and what are your thoughts on those other bikes? I think I've ridden everything except for the. How long has the V-Strom 800 been around? Long time, right? The motor? No. What was it was a 900 before. 1100.
Yeah.
It was huge.
Yeah.
But this is,
I-
it's a parallel.
It's a-
twin this.
Oh, it's a parallel twin now. So it's been since it's a Suzuki, it probably only puts out the same amount of power as my Yamaha with 100 cc's less. Yeah, just joking. They were really good all around adventure bikes. If you really, it's kind of like the Honda that we have now, the Honda Trounce Alp 750. It seems like it's a little more focused on being not as dirt focused or doesn't have the dirt performance. So
Yeah.
So what do you?
Mid-sized,
The
but
question
look good at
is,
street.
in all honesty, Ron, what are you trying to do with that bike? I've ridden
He wants to do
all of
dirt.
them except for the 800. I've ridden the PR7, which is I think it's a 600, 650 single. I don't know.
We talk about
big
dirt
motor.
here. He wants to do dirt.
Dirt, yeah. Well, sometimes, but
I know.
Yeah, I just checking.
I'm being an idiot.
No, it really depends on
Yeah, I get it.
what you want to do. But of course, I mean, the reason I have the
But for
Yamaha,
dirt, the answer is the T7, right?
yeah, out of all of those, yes, absolutely. The Touareg's not bad, but
No, that thing was
yeah,
cool.
it was not bad, but I wasn't a big fan of the
was
and
big, though. It was a lot of bikes.
He'd had it modified a little bit, and it was
Quite a
different.
bit, yeah.
And I wasn't a big fan of just the kind of the power delivery, the character, because I think the pipe kind of might have messed it up a little bit, but it sounded good.
Yeah, it had like a let's go pipe, but it was
Right.
all those things.
So I had no experience on the V-Strom 800. I've ridden the 650 in the past and the 1100, and they were good. Like I almost call them sport touring bikes that you could ride in the dirt. The PR7 is a big, heavy single-cylinder bike, and I don't think it competes on power with any of the previously mentioned bikes, but has kind of a cool look and built. So those are the experience I have on those things.
But maybe that's the type of bike that if you're going to go put 1 billion miles on it, you're going to regret it, right? Because there is.
I don't know. I don't know.
I know you don't know, but where do you get the? I never even heard of that.
They're trying to be more active in
Okay,
the
cool,
states
cool.
and stuff. They've been around for a while.
right.
They make
Cool.
some really cool. They make some cool like air cooled play bikes with decent suspension. Like they make it'd be like a CRF 250 with kind of halfway decent suspension, not full moto suspension, but
Right,
something
right.
that has some travel and it kind of moves around.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they've been around for a little bit. AJ Kinetic One sends, I've been wanting to get flex bars for my Norden. I need to open up the cockpit a little bit. Do you know which bar to order? So AJ, no, I don't. But I tell you, the people at Fasst Company, Flex, they know. If you tell them a little bit about yourself, like what you like about your stock bar, they know all the bends. Their guys down there are super knowledgeable. They'd love to have you call and ask that question. Tell them.
Yeah, the
So
cool thing about them is they just pick up the phone.
It's right.
They just pick up the phone.
Unlike the IRS.
That dude, yes. Unlike your buddies, your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike your partner at the IBS, they pick up the phone and it's cool.
So call them up, and here's what you tell them, AJ. You say, I was watching Dirt Bike Test Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, and that Jimmy Lewis guy doesn't know anything, so I had to call you. That's what my sponsors love to hear, because they'd like to sponsor people that don't know anything.
Did you see Berg Moto's question about the logo?
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
it's a
see
good
that.
que-
Can
it's
you
cool.
read that?
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy.
He's talking to you then.
Yeah, of course.
Good. Then. So you read your own question and answer
Yeah,
it.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm going to have another Molson.
Is it true KTM stole the Ready to Race slogan from Husaberg as well as their 4-stroke technology? Heard it from Australians, so it could be BS. First off, let me I don't know the answer to that, but they bought them, so I don't think they stole it. Wouldn't it be answer would be bought it if it's true?
Well, is this the culture that we live in now? Even when you buy a company, you're accused of stealing it.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
it totally is. But yeah.
Okay, so let's get this straight. They obviously bought them to steal the technology.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
that
They
we
traded those.
now that we broke it down. So
bunch of
I
stats.
remember being.
But Ready to Race was a Husaberg slogan, right?
I can't.
It's been
fact
a
that-
lot longer than people
I tell
think
you what,
that they bought. them.
Husaberg was 4-stroke force. That was Husaberg.
Ain't nobody buying that.
I'm 4-stroke force. Yeah,
Come on.
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. So yeah, Bergo Moto. Yeah. Attention deficit disorder. That's what Asher Leto says.
Especially when two strokes ruled the world back then. I mean,
Right. And Anthony says, awesome, thanks. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Hurrieder, sir.
Dunderdolf.
Yeah. Hey, did you Canadian guys, by the way? Did you guys, whatever, did you rattle some deer antlers or something to let the people know that they can watch from Canada tonight? Just checking.
That's good.
Because the views aren't up. We're still hovering around 4 or 5 people.
They sent the message out via Moose.
Yeah, that joke came right out of the bottle of Crown Royal by the way, my friends.
Could it not?
Okay. Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer a promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, views, chatbots, etc. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. Flexible and convenient order management panel, chat panel, everything is in your hands. Turn it on, off, customize. Go to Canada is the best country in the world to get me extra viewers.com. Right. Okay. Good. So I hope that wasn't one of your guys.
I don't think so.
Anthony Z, he said already bought the upgraded rider.
Smart move, buddy.
Works great.
That means he took the class.
Oh, okay. Upgraded rider, better rider class. My class.
He took our class, yeah. Your class, I mean.
Okay, awesome.
I think that's what he means. What else?
Okay,
Yeah.
Ron Wilder says lightweight adventure, have a 500 XCF. Go to Tenere then. That's the next. That's the you have the smaller thing. You already have that. Go to Tenere because if you're on the 500 and you're doing dirt, you'd be amazed at where you can ride the Tenere if you're smart. Actually, a V-Strom is all new. PR7 has approximately 60 horsepower. And the PR7 I rode didn't feel like that. I have to ride the one that I think to find it. And Jimmy, this might be, I don't know. Did you ever get the water out of your Beta?
Oh, I did.
You got water out of your Beta?
I finally did.
Right.
Well, it's funny you say that because I
didn't say it. The other guy said it.
Yeah,
Anthony
I
did.
buried it in the water, lost the whole bike in a river. First ride on it. It was awesome. Bike had an hour on it. And it was already laying at the bottom of a river.
Did you get enough water in it to have milky white transmission fluid?
Oh God,
motor
yeah.
oil.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. No. She was actually talking to my Beta dealer. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's say when in Canada.
Yeah.
But then it kept kind of, it wouldn't go away, wouldn't go away, and I didn't want to split the case or nothing to get it all out of the clutches.
Right.
Tear it apart, and then it did get a small leak from the water pump to the transmission. The water pump seal kit
Okay.
will leak can leak into and that was kind of
this. I've seen this happen on lots of bikes.
Sure.
The seal. But do you think it was cause of the?
good question. I mean, I rode it that whole weekend. Well, for
You
one,
change the oil.
yeah. Well,
Okay, so
me and
okay,
Logan were on
so
a
let-
pretty good ride,
Okay,
and
so-
we didn't want to let that get in the way.
Okay, you're on a
So
good.
we just kept on riding.
Yeah,
with
yeah, what are you gonna do?
Oil pulling out of it. I mean, it literally ruined the brake pads type of slime coming out of this bike. And I rode it all day.
Here's to break the story down to
We
explain
were
it
supposed
for.
to be on like a 100-mile ride that
Okay,
day.
so 30 miles in a 100-mile ride.
Yeah, good
Okay,
number.
I just guessed.
Yeah.
Bike tips over, sucks water, goes
Yeah, I
underwater.
lost it in a whole river.
Right,
of
goes
flowing
underwater.
Snow runoff.
So generally, when that happens, your motor is hot. There's things that are vented to atmosphere.
Exactly.
And because yours is a competition bike, so it's not like, and this is the funny thing, I see people that are so amped to do an emissions delete kit on a dual sport bike. If you would have dropped like a dual sport one in the water, it would suck up 1/50th of the water.
Right. And I can promise you all that stuff wouldn't change my ride.
Right.
1 ounce.
If you
3 ounces that it
right,
has,
if you
or
get
10
it,
ounces. Or,
but it depends on how much, because a 4-stroke is pretty good at sealing that water into the top end. Like if it was in the air filter, it's going to go in the air filter, and then it's going to a little bit's going to get sucked from the air filter because that's where the evap systems plumb the oil lines. Yours is straight to atmosphere, correct? It doesn't go into the airbox.
No.
Right. So
no, the transmission is. I don't know about. It's separate training and engine.
So there's. Okay. So did the engine pull in?
No.
The engine oil stayed clean. There's only transmission.
And Gary told me, he goes, my beta dealer, he goes, it's a thing. It hits that cold water. He goes, you might not even have to swamp it. When a hot bike hits it, it's
right.
Cold chases hot type of scenario.
Yeah, it cools down, and it doesn't take much water to turn the oil milky. Yeah, it doesn't take that much. But when it goes in there and that thing's cooling down, it all of a sudden it goes, it just sucks air in, which now is water. It sucks that in there and it gets in there, and sometimes it actually creates a siphon for a little while, depending on what you're where you're doing. So one trick to help that, if you're quote just riding through water holes or deep rivers, something like that, is your hose. Take the hose and cut it. This is the tech tip of the show. Sliver to the end, so it's feathered so that it can't get such a good suction on it. It's harder. It's harder for the oil to
trying to drink
the
out
water.
of a straw with a hole in it.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Straw with a hole in it. And then on. I've even seen on bikes that I've known that were going to be raced in really wet conditions and stuff like that. They actually put a T in the line and they vent it upwards and downwards.
I've seen that too.
So that it can't actually create that suction. And the thing is, when it's pumping it out, it's really hard for it to pump that oil up the tube. It wants to go down and flow down. And on really trick race bikes, they actually have a little chamber that does this. So that's the factory stuff. So this is where it is. So anyway, back to the story. Bike tips over, sucks a little bit of stuff in there.
It didn't even tip over. It was just way too deep to go through.
Okay. Oh, so you just went in and stopped.
Yeah.
You didn't even put.
Well, I went in. Logan had went on that adventure ride with you to Idaho and Washington and all that.
Right.
He goes, we watched some cows run through it, and it was rolling up over these mini cows.
Yeah.
And he goes, you can't make it. And I'm like, I don't want to be the guy who said I made every river crossing I ever tried.
You have?
I had before that. I'd made every one I ever tried.
How many is that? Like total?
Well, not very many. I live in where there's no river.
That's why I'm asking.
So the number is
Vegas local here.
Vegas local guy who, and I'm like, well, I don't want to die saying I made it across every river, and I don't like my little smart ass son who knows a lot more about this stuff than me being right. So I tried to prove him wrong. And
okay.
I was going through the thing, and I was right. It was deep enough to go up, but what I didn't calculate was the speed of that river when it broadsides a bike. It's just going to climb up and over it. So while it might have been like
it wants to knock you over.
That too.
Yes.
So there was a lot of that, me falling almost down the river.
Right.
But I held it. But what happened was it hit the wall, the broadside of the bike, and it went just up and over the seat, over the tank, everything. It climbed a foot up the bike.
Yeah.
It was a fast river.
It
was super fast.
Yeah.
It was.
Hey, if you watch all the videos, you should have just sent it.
But it probably should have hit about the center of the cylinder.
You just got a big ass run at it and just like
sent it
hydroplane right across the top. Never.
That little shithead you taught just laughed his ass off at me though.
Well, you know what I taught him.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what the technique? So here, okay. Amazing tip number 2 of the show. If you don't know what it's going to be like, have somebody else do it first.
That's what he did. He did well.
Yeah. Yep. Good.
He rode around and rode across a big rock and stuff, and just
Yeah,
played it
so
and laughed at me.
so bike doesn't fall over. Bike gets full of water,
Yeah,
and it sucks. So all of a sudden now, instead of having 800 cc's of transmission fluid, you have
full, yeah.
1600 cc's or 1400 cc's. Doesn't matter. Once it's over, the reason that vent is there is to let pressure out, and when there's all this stuff now, and it doesn't exactly have the same consistency oil. It's a little bit different.
No, it's
and then
too
it
slippery,
starts.
The
It's
clutch starts slipping.
Yep, it starts spitting stuff out and does different
Which killed
things.
the rear brake. Was how I noticed it. As we're riding, I went to hit the rear brake, and I'm like, "Oh shit!
nothing
No,
there.
brand new bike, no brake." But it was just such a slimy mixture, just covered the whole back of the bike.
Yep.
And then the clutch started slipping. But if you grab the clutch and ozone the motor, that'll kind of fix itself for a minute.
Yeah, well, it
It'll slick out of there.
evacuates it, yeah, because it's spinning. But yeah, it's
That's a good trick.
So-
That Gary taught me.
But if like I said, if you're out there, you don't have a whole lot of options at that point to because I drowned my KTM 300. I rode into a beaver pond and did literally the same thing.
Yeah.
And the thing was, I was 2 days away from the next place where I was going to be able to get oil. We were out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
No, I'm not 2 days. I was a day. I was 1 day away from that. We just got gas. We were going to some place where there was no gas and no stores that had oil.
No.
And we were spending the night, and then we were riding out. And the interesting thing that I learned about that on the on the two stroke is it sucked it in there. And I'm like, well, hell. So in the next morning, I was playing the game of which is heavier, oil or water. You know, because I actually, tried to get some of the water out
With the drain plug you were playing.
No, not the drain plug. You pour it out of the top. The oil tended to go. My oil. Am I doing this right?
Oil goes up.
Oil goes up. Water on the bottom. Right. So what?
That's why the birds get it on it when Exxon Valdez hits a rock or whatever.
Right. The oil's floating. So
Not the flounders.
because my level. You know what? I used the. How did I do that?
I watched your video on how to clean a two-stroke motor out of water. It was fantastic. Pretty good tricks. Like when you swamp a motor with water.
Right.
The crankcase.
Did I because I don't know if I made a video of it. Because I'm trying to
This
think.
you
I'm
didn't.
trying to think of
Well,
how.
that's
I'm
what I
trying to think of how I did it. I got a good portion of the water out, and
Probably by cracking a drain plug.
oh wait, did I drain everything out? It's. I might have drained everything out at night, and then that's what I did. I drained it. I drained it because I
Drain it out and let it.
I drained it. I let it separate, and then
it won't separate when it's
and then
in the blender.
and then I poured the.
It'll
I,
never separate. In
I
there.
poured the water out, but the oil was still pretty bad and contaminated. So I got most of the water out, put it back in. But here's the interesting thing: when you get that bike really hot, especially when you're using the clutch, like we were climbing up these pretty gnarly mountains and doing stuff, and it gets hot. Guess what? Water still boils even when it's inside of there, and then it goes up into the because now it's going up into the power valve, and there's sensors and stuff.
No, yeah, it's not loving.
And it wasn't happy.
TPI bike.
TPI bike, yeah. But it still made it. I just couldn't figure out why it was going on. Changed the oil a couple times and it was like brand new. So.
But yes, they. Oh God, I forgot his name. I did finally get it all out.
Good. We're still dropping frames like crazy, but that's good. Sorry about that. Well, you know what? If you're sick of watching it live, we do put these up on our YouTube channel. We go back and try to edit them with high quality you come to expect from a group like Dirt Bike
Should
Test.
we go to Butt Baiter?
Yeah, we couldn't do this show without Double Take Mirrors, Bulletproof Designs, and Fasst Company, as well as Trail Tech DDC. Do you remember what I said at the beginning of the show about you can get a free DDC sprocket? There's a contest tonight. We give stuff away. You have to send me an email. You have to do what I said at the beginning of the show. That means you have to listen to all the crap we did at the beginning to figure it out. But at the end of the show, if you go to the end of the show, right before I sign off at the end of the show, I'm going to repeat all this stuff. So if you're listening now, I will get that to you. The 500 is not ideal for all the miles because he's looking to take a 4-month vacation between summer jobs and was thinking of doing Western BDRs and anything else that looks interesting or dirt bike camping. So I think he's taking 2 bikes. Yeah, you want to have, at that point, you want to have a nice adventure bike, something you can log some miles on, something that makes the long graded dirt roads fun. That's
Yeah,
what
something that makes them good.
that's what an adventure bike does. I had fun, like you talked about, riding back with Logan on the
390.
KTM 390s. I had a really good time last year when I rode my T7 and Matt rode the Cove 450. We were both going the same speed. You know, it kind of it is what it is. But I tell you what, like if you ever have to just do slab miles, like there's nothing like having a larger displacement bike and the power and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
good. Can I run the boosters on a T7 with a narrow rim? No, I wouldn't do it because of the weight of the bike. Period. It's the weight will kill the moose. I've tried it before.
Yeah.
I mean, my
Simple as that.
my BMW is a 420-pound bike, and I could kill a moose every single day I rode it. And
Really? No
and they were fresh, brand new, special mooses that
Good as you can get.
yeah,
Yeah.
good as you can get. Okay, what's our
right.
next question?
We got. The Butt Vader.
Butt Vader.
Yeah. I don't know what this guy's talking about, but you and a California guy and a dork dropped the exact same video, same message, within 1 day of each other. How much did Honda pay for that?
Not enough.
I was going to say, did you get
Yeah.
Honda money for a video?
Yeah. Oh no, not a cent.
Well, maybe Butt Vader's wrong then.
Well, I don't. Well, here's no. I don't know these wrong. I mean, maybe he thinks we
What
dropped them
video
on
is he talking
the Honda Transalp 750.
Ah,
And we got a video up there. Those guys have way more views than me, so obviously you should just go listen to them, and then pay attention to the date they were published on, and make sure that you're doing it right. Because I think Google just fed you those. You know, your YouTube just fed you those at the same time because you're watching all these videos. But the question I have for you, Butt Vader, which one was the best video?
Oh.
I mean, which one? Not the best video. Though I'm sure that somebody could do a better video than us, like this video quality tonight. Which one gave you the information you were looking for? That's all I care about. And then when you do that, then when you decide what you're going to buy, which is what you use my information for, tell them where you found out the information,
Yeah.
because then Honda will give me money.
Okay.
I
So,
promise you.
I don't know shit about this, but I'm guessing the same message, meaning you said it was a good bike.
I think it's a really good bike.
Okay, was that the same message he's talking about?
I don't know. I didn't watch the other videos.
Does this guy think in 2024 a Honda would make anything but a good bike? I mean, welcome to the cool new world we live in.
Yeah,
Everything's pretty good.
I could go. Okay, so I could go be like Jimmy Lewis. I could go me, and I could ride it the way that I would ride it for Jimmy Lewis. I'm gonna go ride the Honda Transalp 750, just like I would want to go ride it, and I would probably come back and say I don't really like this motorcycle for a couple reasons. Could I fix it and make it a much better bike? Absolutely. There's some modifications I would do, different things like that. But in all honesty, if I went out and took a Tenere 700 and did the exact same thing, I would come back with almost the same opinion. Like this bike, it needs this and this and this. Every bike I ride, I feel like that. Okay, so is in my world, like, is the Tenere better than the Honda? It's a much better starting platform. And I like I said, but I understand who the manufacturer is building these bikes for.
It doesn't make sense for them
they're-
to build the exact same. They could build a Tenere, of course. They're Honda.
Yeah, they could build anything they want. Honda could build it. Yamaha, KTM could build it.
Sure, yeah.
You know, they can all build
They know
whatever
what
they
they're
want.
doing.
But they're not building bikes for me. They're building bikes for you, the masses,
True.
and you collectively. But so when I ride these bikes, I understand. I mean, I know these people because I've worked at motorcycle magazines my entire life. I've ridden with these people. I see them at demos. I see them at events. I teach them in my schools. You know, I don't watch too many of them on the internet, but I communicate with these people on a regular basis. These people meaning you. And so I try to explain the bike in a way that I understand I understand that it was built for the masses, and I explain what it is. And I'm very clear about this. I think the Honda is a good, if you're thinking more pavement than dirt, the Honda might actually be a better bike than the Tenere. If you're thinking more dirt than pavement, Tenere is definitely better. You know, and then we get to the point like, well, what about the KTM? Okay, now that's even, I don't even know that it's more dirt than a Tenere. It's more aggressive.
Bigger, yeah.
No, it's not as comfortable. So, okay, now we're at this point where and they're like, well, Jimmy, like, man, you're talking about like, you don't like the Honda because it's not a dirt bike. Well, why don't you like the KTM? Well, I want comfort. I understand this is what I use an adventure bike for. I don't just go out and smash them. I actually ride them pretty gently.
Yeah, you do.
So, yeah, that's how we test.
Yeah.
That's how we test.
All right. Thanks, Dork. Or Butt Vader.
Oh, yeah, Butt
no,
Vader.
he called some guy Dork.
Well, there's a guy called Dork that does videos.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah. I saw him. He did a speech up at the Tour Tech rally. It was kind of interesting.
Good.
Because he's not really a motorcycle guy, but he's evidently a motorcycle guy.
Huh.
I didn't, I don't know. I just didn't connect or mesh or whatever. Because it'd be interesting. I'd love to talk to the guy. Like, I'd like to kind of figure out where he's at or what he does, or, I mean, because he's got a following. He's definitely, I know he does videos. Because I was asking I was at the Tour Tech rally and he had a big crowd inside of the tent and he was doing a thing, and I'm like, who's that? What are they talking about? It seemed like people are having a good time, and it's like probably like this show. It's just a comedy act or something like that. Okay. Hey, you know what? That's a good segue that we go right into. Hold on.
The defending champion.
This is the ad break where we have to be careful about what we say
YZ
because the mics might still be hot, and then even though we're running ads, you hear that? Yeah. And people are like, "Hey, your mics are still hot." They'll tell us. Watch.
Yeah.
But it's good music though. Hey, these are the goggles I wear all the time.
What's up, Moto Buddies? Mike here from Taco Moto Co. What is the Taco Touch? It's the best service in the industry. Virtually 24/7 tech support via email or text, and it's like having a dirt bike doctor on call every day of the year, helping you fix your bike or recommend parts or setups for you. If you've ever received an order from us, you know that the Taco Touch extends to our fulfillment, and our orders come with the coolest stickers that you've ever had, buying parts from anybody before, and a handful of root beer barrel candies. All of our Taco Moto co-branded components come with a no questions asked lifetime warranty, and we'll even extend out the warranty of other manufacturers, OEM, and aftermarket parts where we can, sometimes for life. We test and tune endlessly and exhaustively and obsessively. We're trying to destroy everything that we can before you get your hands on it, to look for weaknesses and to improve it, or to make recommendations to the manufacturer. And if it's something that doesn't meet grade, then we don't offer it on the store. Everything that we carry is something that we have personally used, tested, and ridden, and raced, and knows meets the high Taco Touch demanding standard. Go out and get some adventure.
Don't say anything bad about me because the mics might still be hot. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, number 217. My host, Jimmy Tyler.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, my host. guest host. The highest rated guest host in the history of Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. How does Logan feel about that?
I told him, and he went to a level 5. He went from a level 5 to a level 5.
Right.
I call him my fiver.
He just,
and it's a good name for him, right?
Just cruising the whole time.
Yes. Hey, Logan, your dog died.
Hey,
Logan, you just won the race. 5.
5? Yeah, okay.
Your dog died 5.
I can see that a little bit. You tell him he's welcome back anytime. He was over here. He was trying to produce for a little while.
He's a real life. I mean, he's got a full-time student and full-time job. He's and a full-time dirt bike addiction.
He quit doing all that. Come out here and be I need a tour guide. I need somebody that can teach my basic classes. I've got people that are wanting individual instruction. And I'm spread a little too thin. This is my penance. I like to say that penance.
Right.
I
wish he would.
For all the dirt bike sins that I've committed, I'm actually trying to find my
sins of the father.
Paper. Hold on, grab that paper that's behind you there. I'm doing what I was told to do to make it better because I've taken a lot from the dirt bike community and now I'm trying to give a little bit back. That's why we answer.
You're doing a good job of giving
motorcycle and motorcycle related questions. That's why Joshua Adam Sandor says, "Have you ever run a clutch weight? Any insight? Is it worth it for a slow tech trail, mainly 4-stroke?" You ever done?
Nope.
So I have. I find them much more effective on 2-strokes for some reason. I've ridden them both.
To a flywheel weight.
Yeah, but it's on the so basically it's like your clutch bolts.
It's going the speed of the tire, let's say, versus the motor.
It's
like
going no, because now we have a transmission in between.
But it's more connected to that than the motor, like a flywheel.
So a flywheel is connected to the crank.
Sure.
And so it's very crank. It's super RPM dependent.
Very RPM dependent.
And adding weight there you really feel it on the bike on the weight of the bike when you're trying to change direction and things like that. It's I would say the weight's very 1-to-1. I mean, when you put a few ounces on a flywheel, it does help. When you go to the clutch, it gets reduced because now the crank is spinning, but the clutch is spinning slower. Because there's the reduction gear, the primary gear to the crank, so it's still spinning and it isn't as affected by quote stroke. So it's kind of there, but in a lesser factor. Yeah. So it does all the things. It's pretty good at smoothing stuff out. It's like you take, I want to say it's like 7%. I don't know how instead of being it's like 70%, 7%, and it's less. It's a lot less. I'm trying to give it a number, but it was dependent on the bike because like certain clutches spin faster than other clutches and things. So does it work? Yes, it absolutely does work. Will every rider feel it? I don't know. It seems like it helps. Just more with I don't even know how to explain it because we've tested them. There's a test on Dirt Bike Test where a couple of our guys rode with one. It was on a Husky. They put it on a Husky 2-stroke and was it Husky 2-stroke or 4-stroke? Now that I think about it, I don't remember which bike they actually specifically tested on, but they make a difference. Is it worth it for slow technical trail? Yeah, I think it helps, but it's not a.
Would you choose it over, say, a flywheel weight?
If I didn't want to go to the complete level of flywheel weight, that's what I'm saying.
Gotcha. So if you wanted like 80% of a flywheel
right. Thanks for asking that question. So flywheel weight's pretty drastic.
Yes.
Clutch weight is just it's like
less
a smooth.
drastic,
it's like a smoothing. It's just like a smoothing factor. And to the fact where when I used to race certain bikes, we went to steel clutch baskets as opposed to aluminum ones. And they were built, quote, for durability, but they made the bikes run better or more drivable. It just felt like to me, it felt like it put the traction to the ground a little bit better, where a flywheel weight makes the bike more like kind of
chuggy.
I don't want to say chuggy, it's snappy. It wants to go, but then it wants to keep running, but then when you want to have it come on, it resists coming on, and then it comes on. It's like affects where you don't feel that with a clutch weight, like you don't lose any throttle response, but you gain some traction. Where with a flywheel weight, you tend to, especially like low RPM, you lose throttle response.
Right.
It doesn't stall as easy, but you also lose pickup.
Lose a little pickup.
Yeah. So,
What
yeah.
what would you do if you were riding a motocross bike in a race and your side covers kept showing up with a 19-inch wheel? Your side covers kept showing up.
I would absolutely 100%
on GoPro.
I would blame my bike.
Maybe,
First of all, I'd blame my bike, and
would you maybe
even
put
if it was
some weight to
even if it was a
something?
Yamaha,
it could be a Yamaha 2-stroke. It could be anything.
I would go on the internet.
But it could be a Yamaha 2-stroke.
I would go on the internet and say I'm switching riding coaches. I'm going to go with a guy who's more into
you could blame your dad.
the metaphysical. Yeah.
Or the marking of the car.
The
desert. It hasn't rained in forever.
Mostly the tire.
Hasn't rained in forever.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't make mistakes. I love it.
Your what? Your wrist.
I blame my wrist, yeah.
The right one. The right wrist. It was
He doesn't ever
it was
blame
going a little too far without your permission.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, evidently
It got a little excited.
Okay.
your wrist got excited.
It got a little excited.
Yeah.
But would an 18-inch wheel kind of maybe help that a little bit? A little more tire weight out
Nope.
there?
Not where he was at. He's
Not
not
there.
he's-
It would a little less
Okay,
side cover.
so
but
so you're at the point where you're asking me about flywheel weight or clutch weight. And
Also,
if
maybe,
if
like-
you're doing that, it makes no difference at all.
You can do that on anything with
18,
power.
19, no difference at all.
Okay.
It doesn't at that point. It doesn't even matter what bike you're on or anything.
Well,
We have a problem. We've identified the problem. It's the wrist.
Yep.
The wrist is connected to you, I think. The rider. Okay, TJ. Yeah, good. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Jimmy. That's a
Sure.
nice
I figured
little-
it was a lot of people. Sometimes maybe the
Watch Trevor's video. If that thing doesn't have at least whatever it has now plus 11 views by tomorrow morning, I'm pulling it down. How much are you going to pay me to pull that video down?
I like it.
Did he go past you on the video? I didn't get that far.
Yeah, he did.
I had to turn it off. I'm not kidding. After the third time, you roosted the F out of that guy, and I'm like, so you remember when that one race that I rode like last year?
Yeah,
Like
whenever, yeah.
when you came up and told me I blocked you. I got in your, like you told me I was slowing you down, and so I let you go through the next test.
Slow him down.
You told me this. Yeah, you did.
For that.
No, you came up. You said, "Hey, you got in my way."
No.
Yeah, you did. Oh, yes, you did. That's why I let you. Remember how I let you go and enter the test, the next one in front of me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember. I was just some old dude that got in your way. I don't remember getting in your way, but maybe you're talking to the wrong guy, but you told me that.
I don't remember that.
I know, okay. Don't worry. I don't judge. I just know it happened. So, but
all you racers have a funny memory.
oh, mine's perfect.
Yeah, it is.
Did I ever tell you about how fast I used to be? No, just
Every racer has a funny memory.
Here we go.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, wait a minute.
Love you. I love you all though.
So Joshua says he's asking about the clutch weight again. Did you see the new Best Dual Sport clutch weight that replaces your pressure plate? That's where the thought came from. So Josh, I know that Blaze Racing, that's Chris Blaze, has been selling these for a while, and I know that's the one we tested. So
Sure.
Josh, go to dirtbiketest.com, search clutch weight, and there's a test there, and it'll probably explain it a little bit like what I did, maybe more clear and concise. Because
I read that.
when the person that wrote that, they weren't drinking Crown Royale, which is, by the way, thank you to my Canadian friends here.
Hey, mate.
For bringing that out. You call them mates, eh?
Don't worry
Hold on a second.
Don't worry about me.
Okay, and Asherlito says flywheel weight adds momentum which resists change in RPM. I think I said that allegedly somehow. With what?
Flywheel weight changes momentum.
Oh wait, hold on a second. Wait, just in from Australia. Straight in from Australia.
Good, hey, mate.
Actually, I need this. I like this guy. Okay, so I would say we're having a WOG alert right now, but anyway, I haven't even read the question, but I gotta read it. You want to read it? I'm going to read it because it's for Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy, I have several questions, pretty much on all the enduro bikes, Jap and WOG bikes. You said it, not me.
What does WOG mean?
I'll tell you in a little while.
Thanks.
Worker on government.
Work around government?
Yeah, it means worker on. I had
Where
to
have
learn.
I been, Mal?
So Chris taught me this. So it's basically when you're on the dole.
I got you.
It's worker on government. It's so you're able to work, but you're on government thing. And it's a totally derogatory term
Of
on the
course.
other side of the equator. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Like we have other words that have that we can't say. But anyways, we just said it. So now we're banned completely in Australia, which might be good because I want to. So KTM, Gasgas, Husky, etc. How good is the stock suspension on all these bikes for woods riding? On the average rider, a lot of people complain about the stock suspension in Texas riding in the woods. Is it just like moto guys where they got to send it out somewhere just to say they got it done? Okay, so Chris, he knows this. So Chris, good friend of mine. Him and his brother, Chris and Dan, they're Alamangos.
Okay.
They're the Alamangos. So have you seen my riding videos where there's the guy at the Costa Mesa Speedway when we did motorcycle demolition derby and there's fireworks shooting all off out of him? And I got to show you a video before you go home tonight. You'll like this too because then you'll understand me a little bit better. But Chris was, they were him and his brother came here to come and watch Supercross or something like this. They came from Australia and they kind of never went home.
God bless.
And they ended up they were out at REM every weekend. They ended up kind of being part of motocross action wrecking crew guys.
Wow.
They probably washed a lot of bikes for Jody. They wouldn't wash bikes for me, but sure enough, if I did something stupid, which was Langtown Backyard Supercross, mini moto, mini motard we used to call it in parking lots around Costa Mesa when we were growing up. If we were gonna just wedge XR80 motor into something, they were right there along for the ride. Alamangoses were they actually drywalled. They did the drywall and the paint on the A-frame
on the cabin.
Yeah, nice. Up there. That's why that bottom stairs is so nice and upstairs.
I was gonna say that's
a good job, guys. But
somebody
anyways,
did the one side and somebody did the
other. So they're just epic, just super awesome friends. Dan's still around. Heather still sees Dan all the time around Costa Mesa, and Chris, I believe, is in Texas and stuff like that. So, Chris, it's exactly the same. The bikes stock are really good, and I know this because if you don't get so wrapped up in believing what everybody else says, if you just trust what you think when you ride a bike, if you just shut it all down and just rode it, because he's been around the motorcycle editorial stuff and he understands. He rode the motocross action test bikes and stuff, and then he saw what they wrote about him, and it may have been two different things. I mean, it's an entertainment medium as well as it's an information source, just like all news today. Wait, it's an entertainment source and then it's a sort of educating medium, whatever it is. But that's why they have clickers on them. And when you exhaust the clickers and you exhaust the springs and the stuff that you can do stock, then maybe it's time to go get it serviced. But I think it's the same for motocross bikes. And I haven't ridden a motocross bike in the last.
You have to run a clicker to nothing pretty much before you.
I think, and I haven't been doing a whole lot in the last couple of years, but in the last 5 years, I haven't ridden a motocross bike that I didn't feel like I could actually adjust the clickers and go as fast as I needed to go to go race at quote my best. Sure. But if I promise you, if I took that bike and I kept riding it, I would get picky about it, and I would say, hey, stock, this isn't doing something for me. Can I get to here with it? Make a little change. But it's not the minute I buy the bike or after the first ride. It takes me a little while, because when I send my suspension in, I want to tell the guy exactly what I want to do. And if you don't know, maybe you should play with some clickers so you have so exactly. WOG bike, KLR with mismatched milk crate. No, that's a totally normal. That's part of the KLR culture, my friend. Woman of God bike. Let's see, and Joshua's back. Not the weight that goes over the Bellevue spring. It's a new design where the pressure plate has the added weight included in the pressure plate itself. Only thing has me scratch my head is you remove one steel plate. You know what? So I used to joke about the bald guys that made a lot of comments on the YouTubes, because there was 3 of us evidently. He's one of them, the best dual sport bikes guy. And I've been
Dual Sports. That's his name.
It's the name of a company.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's the guy I'm thinking of. He's kind of a rocket scientist, kind of like out there rocket scientist. Was doing stuff with some different companies that I know about and different things. Really smart, but really out there. The other guy is just a regular dude with a bald head.
Are not San Felipe Bob, the other Bob.
I'm the only bald guy on the internet right now that has a podium in Dakar and won the Baja 1000. I'm positive about this. Positive.
There's a lot to be said about
because Ricky
stuff
Brabeck
like
has a lot of freaking hair, and he might shave it down to try to look like me, but he's not ballsy enough to get to where I'm at. That's what I always tell him. Okay, next.
Next, over here, we got this guy. I forgot, almost missed him somehow. It says, dude, you know nothing about dirt bikes.
Hold on, let me have a Canadian
Cheers to
Molson
you.
to that.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. He said that. He said that. Really, dude?
Dude. You didn't put a comma there, but I'm throwing it in.
What's his name?
Trapped Moss, 1172.
Trapped Moss. Yeah. I bet you I know more than him about dirt bikes.
I don't know.
You want to bet? Dude?
Dude, what have you ever? Where's your background, buddy? I'm talking to you, not him. Trap Moss sounds like a sick guy.
Okay.
He's probably got a sick ass bike with black plastic stuff on it.
No, actually, I think that's the guy that. So I looked at it. I looked at his YouTube page. I did. He draws like cartoons and doodles.
Okay.
I don't know why
Gnarly guy.
Why is the guy who's drawing cartoons and doodles telling me I don't know anything about dirt bikes? You just hurt my feelings. They're very delicate.
This next guy, Dicey or Dicey's.
Uh-huh.
Just bought mine, pick up in a week, but I don't know. I might have lost the page.
Oh.
What's he talking about, bro?
He's just telling us that we suggested that he bought a bike and he's happy with he bought a bike based on what we said.
Best investment of your life. Let me tell you. Instant return on your money. Just turn your right hand. Instant return on your money.
And it's not that we
buy
said
another one next month.
It's not that we said it was the best. It was that we described it accurately, and you used that to make your decision.
I just think it's the best thing you can do with your money is go buy dirt bikes.
Oh, that's right too.
It's an instant return on your money. Have fun.
Exactly.
You turn to your right wrist, it's an instant return on your money.
Hey, Jim Spencer says, great show, Jimmy. Good job, brother, with your success. I remember, let's say in 86, you were just pro material on a bike, and then you kicked its ass, my man.
Oh.
Exactly, Jim.
How much you pay
Wait
him?
a minute. Hold on. I just had a full flashback. Jim Spencer, you were a tall dude that wore Axo gear, right? You were much taller than me, and you wore Axo gear, and you rode a Honda. Dude, the hard drive just shifted. Okay, next question. Come back, Jim.
Matthew, I love this bike. Can't wait for next year's model when they update the headlight and add cruise control. Hopefully they tweak the cat and sump configurations. It's not a deal breaker for me though.
So you are having high hopes because part of this thing with manufacturers bringing these mid-sized adventure bikes is they're pulling the engine from another platform. And this is true with KTM. This is true with Yamaha. It's true with Honda. I don't know. Is Suzuki using that 800 in other bikes as well? One other bike. So it's totally normal. So you build an engine and then you build bikes around the engine. It's just the way they can make money. So they spend a lot of money designing and developing this engine, and then they tune it to each platform. That cat hanging down there, there's no place else to put it, and it has to be on there. The sump hanging down there, there's no place else to put it, and it has to be on there.
They kind of got to be at the bottom.
I don't think they're going to get... They're trying to make that engine as light as possible and make it collect the oil as best as possible for all these different platforms. It's not going to go away. That's a high hope stream. They'll probably add other stuff, like ABS, different ABS. Well, they already have this in their hard parts or Honda's performance parts catalog. That our bike has that stuff on it already.
Does TM make skid plates for these things, or is it like
there's a few other companies?
Metal, huh?
There's a few other companies that are good at making.
Are the plastic guys making them?
Some of the plastic.
Are they too heavy for that, or what?
It's not that they're heavy. It's just there's companies that make steel ones. Something like Black Dog Designs, and then there's companies, and I don't know that I can't remember the name, but TM is kind of very busy making the stuff that they
I
can.
get it.
that
I get it.
can-
They got their hands full.
their
making
hands full just making dirt bike
gnarly
stuff.
dirt bike stuff.
But there's a couple other proton molecule. We used to get a lot of them in the Rooster Endo. Shit, we got to get to Rooster Endo, by the
Yeah,
way.
we better.
Hey, Gronk has got a warning for you, Jimmy. He says, slow down with the Molson's, hoser.
Take off.
They
eh?
be double strength compared to the typical American brew.
Take off, eh?
Yeah. Okay, how many more questions we got? A couple more?
No, just a couple more.
Okay, let's
a couple
get
strokey
burn
here.
through them, and then we're getting to Rooster Endo,
Yeah.
everybody's favorite segment.
Good job, Jimmy. This is Big Housefly. Good job, Jimmy. Glad you have this channel. I always appreciate your knowledge and feedback. Thanks, Big Housefly. I'm gonna make you guys.
He cuckoo. He does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking. Yeah. Good day.
Okay.
Easy on the Molsons.
Okay, this is from Lane Griffiths. Okay, I have to ask, for all around use, dirt and tar, how do the three main bikes, Yamaha, Suzuki, and Honda, compare?
Did I already answer this already? I think for everything, for all around.
T7.
Yeah, Tenere. Yamaha brought this show brought to you by Yamaha. Yeah.
Nah, it's not even that.
Hey,
That bike is sick. And I don't know nothing about adventure bikes. So
and the problem is you're talking to a dirt bike show, and we focus everything on dirt. And for me, once I get on the street, they're really all kind of the same, because I'm really just trying to get to the next dirt, or I'm using my bike as a fuel efficient way to get my body someplace. And at that point, I kind of don't really enjoy just slabbing it. Like, for me, I'd rather be in my truck because I could listen to a podcast like this one. And if you're listening to this right now, thank you very much.
Heating, stuff like that.
Yeah, if you're not, share this with a friend. You can find us on all the popular podcast
That's
platforms.
what I think. I get the feel like if they're hanging around here, they're either wanting to dip their toe into more dirt orientated than what they're doing. I feel like a lot of those guys with them adventure bike questions are coming from a street bike, wanting to know how dirt they want to get. But I think some states don't even have dirt.
It's
But I
hard.
don't even
No,
know.
it's
We
hard.
got dirt everywhere.
There's
here.
hard places to find in the world
That's all
where
we got.
you go to Germany, it's illegal to ride in the dirt. There's places where people have literally 100,000 miles on their
That's what's
street
wrong
bike,
with
and
them.
guess what happens? They've run out of street. They want to go explore, and then it's like, okay, the adventure bike is the path to doing that.
You'll never run out of dirt if you just come west.
You'll never run out of dirt if you just get out of certain countries or out of certain areas.
except for Germany.
Yeah, Germany. There's some other countries that are pretty strict, but yeah. Next.
Sucks to be them.
Oh, are we on to Rooster
we're on
Endo?
Rooster Endo.
Okay, Rooster Endo is brought to you by Taco Moto. That's tacomoto.co. They're actually having an open house tonight, and I challenged them to stream this.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. We're gonna go to Taco Moto here pretty soon and
Taco
do
Moto's
the
doing good, man.
Rooster
Looks good.
Rooster Endo live show.
Doing good. Prices are well.
It's gonna be a really good all inclusive Rooster Endo show, so you don't have to wait till the end like you do right now. So what do we have? Who's our first contestant?
We got Jeff Franklin.
Jeff
Keep up the
Franklin.
great work.
Okay.
He loves the show. He's got a 2019
winner.
He is.
It already won.
He loves the show. Yeah.
It's a Yamaha.
Yeah,
He said he loves the show, and it's a
It's
Yamaha Blue Crew.
2019. In my opinion, the best 450 woods bike I've ever owned, ever ridden, hands down. If you dig my bike, maybe I'll send you a video of me ripping some Indiana single track.
Whoa.
41 years old and 6'4", 205 pounds, a rider.
6'4".
He's a big boy.
Yes,
and a
he is.
vet. I recognize that. I remember. I know what that's like. Renthal 999 bars, pillow tops by Pro Taper, a Terby's handguards, Guts Racing tall seat. I guess that makes sense when you're 6'4", huh?
It's funny because in the photo it doesn't look that tall.
It doesn't look tall to me either.
No.
First thing I said, I'm like, that didn't look tall. I'm like, because I hate the look of tall bikes. Or tall seats, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sometimes they can distract.
I don't hate them. That's why I give a shit. But, sorry. Okay, he's got the ECU from GYTR.
Good move.
Yep. The Yamaha, or the FMF Q4 muffler.
Yep.
Starcroft 5, soft with a HD tube. Do the Woods guys not use mooses?
They should.
Everybody
Well, it
should.
depends on if you're racing. You know, if you're just trail riding,
He
it's
said
not.
he's a rider, so he's probably
Yeah, he's racing. Yeah. I would run mooses, and the funny thing is, the woods guys and the desert guys need to start making a collab. So you both buy the moose, and the desert guy goes and runs it for a
Sends
race
it.
or two, and then sends it back.
The
And
East Coast guy buys it, sends it here, and we send it back.
Well, you said, yeah.
We pay the shipping, but he buys the moose. There's nothing in it for him, but whatever.
Oh, you're just gonna milk. You're gonna milk
Just
his
milk an
moose
East
for
Coast
him.
guy.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
there's a
I'm
thing
going
there.
to go through all the work. Of
Actually,
breaking
I'm
it
going to
in.
build an app for it tomorrow, so
Yeah.
everybody can.
we're
So
on it.
go to dirtbiketestUsedMoose.com.
Use moose.
Yeah. And
I
it's g-
poor desert people moose.com.
It's going to be a moose sharing service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Mark Daniels went straight to roost on this one.
Oh, but look at-
kind of like me, because we're all shills for our sponsors.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you got?
Okay, I said Starcross 5 with a HC2 and a Michelin Enduro medium rear with a moose in the rear.
Oh, you spoke too soon.
Fuck, you should get a new guy.
Well, I could probably hire some Canadians, but they'd probably kill me. They'd drink me
They
under the
work
table.
for 4 Molsons an hour over there.
Right?
These guys. That's
Mil-
cheaper than me. I drink the good whiskey.
Okay, it's called, Jason says it's called milkismoose.com.
Factory connection suspension.
Right?
That's West Coast stuff, right? But they got a spot over there.
No, they're
don't
east. No, they're full. They were way East Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they moved out here too.
Yeah. They started East Coast, right?
Yes.
Like Indiana or one of those places.
Don't know, but I want to say
Yeah.
maybe more Jersey or something, but I
Okay,
don't recall.
cool. RK GB520 MXU lightweight enduro race chain, Pro X sprockets with 1349 gearing, TM Designs chain slider, GYTR axle box, Fastway foot pegs in the low position.
I'm asking Jeff, is this bike for sale?
I don't know, but I'm really liking this bike.
It's got a lot. It's got the parts list of a for sale bike, but it's okay. You know, if it's for sale, contact Jeff Franklin. He's on the
Jeff.
Books of Faces, I believe. I think that's where I
Yeah.
pulled that one from.
A Cherubies, he's got a Cherubies ended and frame protectors, Polysport swing arm protectors. Wow, I just got a weird thing about swing arm protectors. I don't like them.
I can peel them off bikes pretty easy. Mm-hmm. And what else? Is that?
Oh,
it?
no. Tusk rear rotor guard, shark fin Hudson.
Right?
Yeah.
Hopefully he clicked through the link on dirtbiketest.com when he bought that.
I'm sure he did. Jeff
Right.
is a smart guy. He's got a pretty equipped bike. Stock skid plate with added linkage protection. I like this bike.
Interesting. I
do.
wonder if that's something you buy or something he did himself with the linkage protection. That's because the stock skid
I
plate
can
on
see
that
it
bike
running back like a
yeah.
TM.
Oh, for sure. It's like, so the good thing, Jeff, your make and model, good job. Gave us his name. That's good. It's a Yamaha. That's like 5 or 7, 10, 12 bonus points. The
bike looks good.
It looks
good.
It looks super clean.
It's got the good ECU on it and all that.
Like I said, the stock Yamaha skid plate is really good and protective, and to add that linkage protector guard, that's like
What do you think
attention
about
to
a front
detail.
brake line on the Yamahas?
The front brake line.
Like putting a good, I noticed a big difference when I put one on mine.
On your
I put
Yamaha or on a-
Enduro Engineering or something like that on mine.
Right, so Galfer makes.
I think it was Galfer.
Galfer makes really good replacement brake lines, and
And I found that to be a pretty good mod for my Yamaha.
for sure you get a little bit different feel,
It's
and
you can get a lot more aggressive.
You have better feel, and it ramps up the strength at the end. So for some people, if they're a little ham-fisted, it's too much. And I think
no.
in all-
He's an A rider, so that's why I
Yeah.
suggested it.
In all honesty, a lot of manufacturers, like, that's a price point, and like the quote Moto Media was jumping on them when they switched to this stuff, but their customers felt like the brakes were better. And then KTM kind of came along, and KTM had pretty aggressive brakes. They always have.
Sure.
And then that became more normal, and so they had to start watching this. But anyways, long story longer. I think Jeff's bike 100% roosts.
It roosts. It roosts in every way.
Can you guys see the pictures in this in any way, shape, or form over there? You're just in the blind.
It's a good looking WR.
If you want to come over here and take a look at the bikes, we can
The
hand them,
bikes.
after you get done with that thing. We'll hand them a
Yeah.
picture of that to see.
And I need it
'Cause
after
we
to
might
read
need
this,
some help
yeah.
in here, but this one definitely roots.
It's a good looking bike. Nothing silly on this.
APX skid plates are the ones we were trying to think of a little bit early, thanks
okay.
to Jason. Not a trail pick due to the butt plug. He's got a butt plug in the muffler.
He does.
The frames must not be glitching that hard to see that kind of stuff. But
Oh, yeah, I do see it.
okay, so I'm going roost. What are you going, Jimmy?
Full roost.
Full roost. You guys on the
Full
in the
roost.
everybody's shaking their head. That's a solid roost.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
roost.
I like that.
I
Next,
like that bike. It's equipped.
next one's up.
Okay, we got Paul Combs. 300. Oh, wait, what kind of bike is this? Oh,
We don't know.
We don't know
It's
what
a
year it
Coombs
is.
9205. You can
Okay.
follow him on Instagram, evidently, with his
it
Instagram
doesn't say
profile
what
picture.
bike it is, but it says a 300 kit. So I'm guessing it's a 250.
250. I
What would
hate
you
it.
say about a 2000?
I hate it when I have to back extrapolate the thing, but I'm going to go with
16.
16.
Has a kickstart.
There's a Kickstarter on it, but it's got the sharper radiator shroud, so I'm going to go like 18, 19.
Okay. No argument here.
Kind of thing. I'm going to pull it in there on the screen.
Okay.
17, 18.
Does he have bulletproof design guards? He's talking about that?
Let's see. We got a 300 kit, so I'm assuming it started live as a 250.
Right.
Okay. Easy to do on KTMs. They do make cool kits for that. Electron carb, V-force reads, thermostat delete. When did they put thermostats on?
Well, that's an XCW then. So see, now we're getting.
I can't tell
so
if it
it's
has a linkage or
It's a
not.
250 XCW. See how we do the
Because
math?
XCW's got thermostats.
Right. Yeah. So
and
this
the XCs do not.
do not correct.
And the SXs do not. 7602 rotor. God, we know too much about these stupid
So the front rotor
Rotor
guard.
guard.
I just caught it here. It's down there
and
on
radiator guards.
the bottom of the picture. And
So that's 7602. I don't know who they are.
but his number's 730, so it doesn't match. Maybe that's
But
his
that must
phone
be
number.
a company. 7602.
Yeah, they don't advertise here, so we don't talk about them
Maybe
ever
that's
at
an
all.
aluminum compound like 6061.
Oh.
I don't know. I think it is.
That could be
EE suspension, which is not
Enduro
good.
Engineering.
They do suspension.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. FMF silencer and expansion pipe, exhaust phalange protector,
Right.
Cycler handguards with cut down Renthal bars for trees, Recluse clutch pack, yeah, Trail Tech fan, outerwears filter screen, swing arm tab protector.
Swing arm tab protector. It sounds like a lot of bulletproof parts, but I don't know if they're bulletproof.
Well, I'm looking at a lot of bulletproof parts, but I look like a bike that's never even hit the.
It does.
It
look
looks like
pretty,
it rolled off the. Even the fork guards, the pipe. This thing's never even.
He's not
touched the-
riding it hard. Endo.
He's not. He's endo because you gotta
Endo.
go. You got a weapon right there, my dude.
Okay,
go beat
and
the shit out
and
of that thing.
and he tried
it
to
like a
he
redheaded
tried to get
stepchild.
he tried to get a little low in the picture, shooting it a little low because he didn't want to disrespect his bike, but
That's
it's
it's
high
got every
noon-
guards and
high
look
noon
at those
pick.
Cycler hand guards, man. They
Yeah.
don't even got. Still got gloss on them.
yeah,
If you're riding in the woods, you cut down the handlebars. Those things should
this
be.
potentially could
dull.
be it could be potentially for sale. So yeah,
Yeah, I might have the whatever the bike in a can on it.
I'm going with Endo on that.
A little bit of endo
Endo,
on it
yeah.
because you got a lot of protection on it. So
Right.
Go beat the shit out of that thing. Go.
Use it.
Go
What
use it.
are we coming up to
They're
next?
good. Okay. Coombs.
Yeah, we just did Coombs.
Okay.
What's next?
So it's a T7.
That's okay. I got that one.
Okay,
It's,
this is Simon
Simone?
posting Simone. Posting for my husband, Mike.
Oh, good
H.
woman.
Mike Hanna.
Is,
okay,
is her
2020
husband is Mike Hanna?
Yeah.
Mike H.
Mike H. Her last name's Hanna. So
Okay, got it.
I'm doing the math there. 2023 Yamaha Tenere T7.
Okay, so for everybody that asks questions about like anything adventure bike in the show, and even if you're not watching, just Tenere 700 adventure bike. That's just soak that in. Thank you,
Seems to be
Yamaha,
what
for
I
being a
keep
great
talking
sponsor
about.
of this show.
We got Tour Tech tippy bars.
Right,
Is that the engine guards or?
No, those are the ones that are running around kind of the plastic and stuff up over the front. I have
Gotcha. Oh, they run over the crown.
I have
and
those
everything?
on mine too,
Okay.
just in case.
in case you tippy.
Just in case. It's more of a radiator / plastic shroud guard, but
They're kind of cool looking.
good investment.
I think you got an
And you
adventure
could-
bike. Go ahead and slap all the bars and stuff on it. Make it look like a
Dang,
roll.
you don't want to
cage.
go overboard, but at least on that,
I know,
those
I
ones
know.
you can mount some lights. Some
Everything. Yeah.
good
there
off-road
you go.
lights.
Yeah, good call. We got bark busters. We got tusk luggage. Looks like soft luggage. Mm-hmm. Anarchy Wild Front. Did I say that right?
It's the Michelin. Yeah, Michelin.
Okay,
Anarchy
yeah, Michelin
Wild.
Anarchy. I've heard about that.
Yep.
Motos Adventure rear tire.
Mm-hmm.
DIY mesh radiator guard.
Do it yourself.
Something you got from Walmart. Love it.
Or the Homer.
I may have ad-libbed that.
Yeah.
This is what's cool to me. The photo taken in the, I want to say Cajones Canyon, but it's not that.
But it's someplace
My
in the
dyslexia
mountains.
makes it that. It's just a sick-looking background, though.
No, it's nice. I mean, I'd love to be on an adventure ride right there. It's
I'd love to be
green,
sitting right
lush.
there tomorrow morning
Yeah.
on a T7. You
Right.
bringing me right to the spot there, young lady. Loaded down on the Continental Divide Trail last August. Rode 5,000+ miles, mostly off-road, from Texas to New Mexico to Canada and back. God bless you.
Okay.
Thanks for those bikes and others some tips and for the podcast live. This bike roosts.
Yeah.
And it's a warrior, buddy. It's out there doing what it's built to
So
do.
if anybody's noticing how to get your bike to roost, I think if it's a Yamaha, it just kind of starts really roosting,
I
right?
don't want to be that guy, but
That's a super solid
dirt bikes
bike.
look good used to me, or not. That's not a dirt bike, but he just did 5,000+ miles.
It's got knobby tires on it.
Hallelujah, buddy! It's got
all good.
knobs on it.
All the stuff.
It's got all the
roost.
stuff on it. Roost, full
Okay,
roost.
moving on.
Moving on. We got a KTM. Sean Ma. He's got a 2022 KTM 300 XC.
Okay, we got his name. We got the year, make, and model. That's good to start.
He's winning. Dude, check this out.
So look at this photo.
First off, he's got a sick picture up in the mountains in the snow. I feel like he's doing living his best life up there.
Right. So he's got this bike up there. Oh, I see. So he's got snow. He's got snow on the rims.
He does, because he's got studded tires, bro.
Does he?
He does. Midas, I don't know.
Midas.
Studded tires.
What are you doing riding on those rocks?
Getting rid of the studs, but who cares? He's got studs on his shit.
So here's my thing: is I'm looking at this photo. He's high altitude. He's up high. There's definitely.
It's up there, bro.
There's dusting of snow in the background.
There's a Yeti in the background.
Nice photo. I mean, he didn't. Hey, Jason, he didn't get to choose his time because that's when he got there. Okay, so he's out there in the elements. He rode up in the snow. He's evidence of it. I was going, how did you get higher than the snow without snow in your photo?
That's a good
Yeah,
call.
but it's not an AI generated photo.
No, it's not.
By the way, if you wonder why the lip sync is all off on this show, so if you're watching us right now and you're trying to pay attention to Jimmy and I talking, so if you look up at the camera right now and you notice that the noise coming out is not matching the thing, it's because this entire show is generated by AI, and I have to make that disclosure because I feel like sometimes I am artificial intelligence. But now back to the show. This thing's roosting already. Go ahead and give us the list.
It's got a rear disc guard on it from KTM.
Okay.
Fastway pegs.
Okay.
Cool. A company I've never heard of, AXP skid plate.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier. Yeah, they're like a TM Design Works kind of company.
Okay.
Yeah, they make stuff. They should, if they sponsored the show, I would.
Pimp them.
I would. Here's what they. Well, first they'd have to send some product out. I test it, ride it, make sure it was good, so I feel like I could recommend it. Then I would talk about it. If it was good, I would talk about it and recommend it. If it was bad, I would just mostly keep my mouth shut. But I would have the knowledge in my database. But good. That really does look like I was gonna bag on this guy because
I don't know. Those wheels are covered in snow. This bike is.
Well, to think that the 10 minutes before the show, when I did all the prep for this, when I cut and copied the photo, managed to load it into the software, cut and copied it and put it on your sheet there, and all this stuff, and didn't read any of it. I just saw the list. And I'm like, well, this guy didn't. No. This guy put 30 seconds into this.
No. I like this bike.
Yeah, that's probably.
I have that bike.
If I was
without the studs.
If I was entering this contest, I'd probably put that much effort into it. So based on the photo,
of course I like
and the fact that he
liked the bike.
Yeah, he did year, make, and model. It roosts.
And that roosts.
Yeah, roosts. Definitely
roosts.
I want to know what is he's going to send a photo of the bike that's in front of the bike that he's on. Look, see the one that's parked.
Don't swear. I don't want to swear to it, but
it's-
that one looks like it don't have studs. But I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't even know what studs look like. Really, I've never seen that. But
I just put sheet metal screws
yeah,
in these short little sheet metal screws, like the 1/4-inch ones.
yeah.
Just I have
We
a
call
little
them tech screws. Yeah.
tech screws. Yeah, just screw them right into the knobs, and then then when they rip off, it's no big deal.
No. There you go.
Okay.
All right, last one.
Snow in the wheels, Mike
This
Franco
guy
says.
did not send his name.
A huge roost for the KTM, says Jason Abbott.
Totes agree.
Yeah,
buddy.
the chat room is joining in on the accolades for this. What do we got next?
This guy did not send his name, but I recognize the bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's familiar.
It's familiar to me for some reason.
Right. Oh, I think I've seen this before.
Yeah, this is my bike actually. Y'all.
Oh, what?
Yeah, this is me.
Wait, you
I-
gave it up that quick.
I shouldn't have, huh?
was-
That's my dirt scooter, y'all.
I was going to start bagging on it, but it just shows
This
that,
is my new main squeeze. I'm loving it.
that even if you're friends and family, you know how the if you work for the company, you can't win the contest and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah, I got two in here that I think I'd put in front of mine. The coin toss.
Oh, you're not even gonna vote for yourself.
No, I think not.
Okay, you talk about your bike. I'm gonna run out the door real quick and take care of one of these Molsons.
All right,
So
you do that.
list off your list.
Okay, yeah. What we got here? She's a beauty. 2023 Beta 390 RR Race Edition. It's got flex bars, Amy grips, arc levers. We got fast impact pegs from Fasst Company. It's got a Squadron Pro from Baja Designs on it. Enduro Engineering handguards. Ugly, but they work. They don't take up. They mount to the perches of the. So those are kind of cool for that. We got.
Can you see the water in the oil hole?
It's got water and oil in the motor for sure, like most of my stuff does when I go riding in the woods. We got kite hubs on Excel wheels. They're actually the factory beta wheels with the cool nipples and shit. We run Nitro Mooses and a Parker DT, even though that's not what's on the front of it in the picture. Oh, it also has a precision steering dampener that I haven't even rode with yet because I just put it on there.
Kind of hard to carry the show when the host is out like
The Canadian guy out there getting rid of some of Canada. But that's my scooter right now. That's my main squeeze right now. I'm loving that thing.
Oh, you guys are throwing down PBRs?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I just put a precision stabilizer.
Okay.
Precision. Have you tried that stabilizer?
The precision one?
Yeah.
I
I haven't tried it yet. I just put it on there.
I've ridden a few other bikes that have had that, but no, not familiar. So is it in the picture?
No, you can't see it.
I know you can't see it, but is it on the bike in the picture?
It's on the shelf going on there tomorrow.
Right.
It would have came on there today, but somebody called me and said it got something.
You're fully disqualified. I mean, you can't say. So we have people. We have people
But,
that
no, I
literally-
didn't put it on the list. I just started.
Oh,
talking
you
to
started
Phil
talking about it.
It's
to
not
try
on the
to-
list. It's not on the
Oh,
list.
so you're trying to carry my absence.
I am single-handedly
Right. That's
carrying this beast of a show we got.
that's good.
So no, it definitely didn't put on the list because it's not on
I'm
there.
gonna tell you, honestly, and I'm being honest here. Like, and you know this because I've told you this in person. It's like since you've got on that bike, your riding has improved.
Yeah, there's. It's not the only reason, but yeah, that bike has suited me well.
You've been helping at our class for a while now, and
I have learned how to ride a dirt bike now.
You were still riding other.
Much thanks to you.
You were still riding other colors of bikes previous to this, but like it was a marked improvement.
Thank you. Yes.
And I mean, like really noticeable, and it happened like the very first time I saw you ride in the beta, and then it's continued. And
Thank you.
So
you know what I might tell you is a little part of that. Obviously, we'll exclude you from the factory. You've taught me everything I know about riding, and thank you.
No, I thought
But
Logan
with
did.
this bike, I got some dealer support. And a guy that kind of talked to me and helped me. And
Right.
He's a person. He's not a salesman. He's a dirt bike guy.
Right.
To the core, as are you and others. So it's not just a guy who goes, that bike is a XCW.
Right.
250.
Well, you're talking about Sportsman Cycle.
I'm talking
in
about
Las Vegas.
Gary Smith, yes.
Yep.
And he's helped me set the bike up that has gone a long ways. And
Right.
I can talk to him. I can slide down there and go, hey, look, and here's what I want. And he goes, try this. He knows those bikes in and out, up and down, left and right.
Funny thing.
And it goes a long ways if you can get that out of a dealer.
Okay, so this is an awesome topic. I'd love to deep dive on this a little bit. Sportsman Cycles has a long history. This is Casey
massive.
Folks dealership back
Yes,
in the
it
day.
is.
Back when they were Huskies.
Yeah. Back in
the days, and then they went to KTM's. And it was Huskies.
They're as old as dirt bikes are, right?
Yeah. It was kind of Huskies when Casey was doing them. Casey was the Husky guy, and if you went to talk to Casey, he knew everything about it. They were experts on the subject. When his kids started racing, as Brian and Daryl, they moved over to KTM, started doing KTM's. They were racing KTM's. They knew everything about him, especially for this region. And then now, Gary's got it. He switched over to Beta. He's a big Beta fan, and he knows what
he knows what he's selling.
He knows what he's selling. He knows what he's riding. It's not like you're not going to like a crazy multi-line dealership where they just hire someone that's a thing. Not to say that there might be some kid in a multi-line dealership that what, cats are
I
good
don't
for
know how that
ratings.
cat got in
Cats
here,
are
but-
good for ratings. Just bring it on the show. It's when she starts making noise that we have problems.
And it's a very small shop, not a.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you
But
need
a legendary
you need
shop.
you need a connection with your dealership.
I didn't
feel.
realize kind of how he suited me with a bike,
Right.
and then he set me up and he helps me out.
Right. And I tell
It's
you
helped
what.
my riding.
Well, I noticed this.
Yeah.
I really did. I mean, like we went and did some gnarly crap on that bike.
Yeah.
And I was like kind of worried, but you troopered right through. It was all good. So
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. But anyways, no, I think your bike. You advertised it for something it didn't have, so I'm gonna have to.
No, I didn't. I didn't put it on there. I just talked about it to fill up the show.
Oh, you're
It's
making
got
a-
everything as
I all I hear is the Excusatron.
Yeah,
right now.
that's true. That's all right.
What does the chat say? I'm gonna let the chat say.
Let's see what they say.
Let's see. Beam Echo says your Beta. Why did you go with the RR instead of the dual sport version?
Oh, because I don't ride a lot of dual sport.
Yeah.
I do got a license to do it.
Right, but yeah, you're full. You're
I'm a dirt
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
no, I literally load my stuff in a pickup truck and go ride.
Any idea what it weighs as it sits with all your upgrades?
Oh, not a clue.
We got scales in the thing. We could check it. I'd like to weigh it because
Yeah, I'll bring it up.
one of the most surprising.
bring it up every
one of
class.
the most surprising things that ever happened the other day is the Beta 300 two-stroke is 1 pound lighter than the KTM
Oh,
300 two-stroke.
I can tell you this. I got a
I wrote-
YZ250, and I know this is apples to oranges. This bike feels lighter. I don't think it is when I push it up into a truck. That bike feels lighter to me now. It's probably
Betas have they've always been able to mask the weight of the bike, and this is the funny thing is because when we were riding those 300s, I kind of felt that I'm like the Beta feels lighter, but like it really does feel lighter. I mean, not just the handling. It was I was expecting it to be 20 pounds heavier, and I'm going. They're just getting better and
They
better at
don't
doing
look
this.
like-
Now they're learning.
I've ridden the Gen before this, the 390 Gen before this,
Yes.
and it is a heavy bike.
Right.
It feels heavier. It's a lot different feeling
They
bike.
found the extra
And
lead
it looks
weights.
almost the same.
Yeah, they
you
found
really
the
can't see it. If
They
you're
found the
eyeball.
extra lead weights in there. I'll
Yeah.
because I'm trying to be nice tonight. I'm trying to be a better
Thanks.
person. I'm going to go roost.
It looks good. It's red, white in America.
Roost. But completely disqualified for false advertising.
yeah, sorry. Kid lies. What do you do?
Okay, Mark Daniels is claiming the first bike, the Yamaha wins, is what Mark is claiming.
It's between me. It's between that and the studded the snow bike.
So the Yamaha here, which we have up on screen, that's a WR450. Which, I mean, in all honesty, that is a clean machine with just enough, we'll call it user
Yeah,
stuff.
all his mods
But,
are to get you home or whatever, get you out there. And
Sean
let you beat the heck out of
Sean
it.
Ma here, who is the it's the KTM 300 that I'm showing the back wheel of, but that's a nice ride. I like the enthusiasm getting there. I'm not stoked on his modification list, but
Let's go with man.
It's
between these two to me.
That's a nice place to ride, but you know what the middle word in snow is? I've been told before.
No.
Yeah, you just said it. The middle word in snow. No. And then
Had up and down success in that stuff.
Paul Coombs is out. That's for sure. That one's out.
No.
And
I'll withdraw myself even though it's.
and Simone with the Tenere.
Oh man, I did like shit. I forgot about
You
that.
forgot about that one. It's so easy to forget. There's so many choices.
Why did I throw myself in this line?
Yeah,
I choose
a couple weeks ago you would have won. Hand, I don't, yeah.
Where is the CR 500 with the dual? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, you're going for every like
I
keyword
don't know.
2-stroke
Where is
500.
The 89.
Roost in Snow
Honda.
Country, huge roost for the KTM. Jason, are you sure that's not yours? Are you Ma? Ma. North side of the hill will always have less snow due to more sunlight, says Ashlito. Ashlito, what's your favorite one there? The Yamaha wins. What else do we got?
Two
Here?
Yamahas up for debate.
Studded KTM. Of course, the Canadians go for studded tires. They think that's good.
Yeah, thumbs
Yeah.
up on that.
KTM
They
wins
got
because
studded
the
tires on their
Yamaha. Okay, here we
skateboards.
go. This is KTM wins because the Yamaha picture was taken in his front yard. I wish that was my front yard sometimes, but we like dust.
It is
and
his front
silt.
yard because it's got a butt plug in it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that is a nice front yard.
There's some.
But this Tenere right here is taken in God's country, my man.
Okay.
So, but I like his thinking. So we'll kick out.
That's all the mods the bike has.
We're gonna
I need
boot
some
the WR.
upgrades.
Well, let's boot the WR.
Okay,
Now
WR.
between the adventure bike and the snow bike.
Okay, so this is where I always go. Is
is
Sean in the chat? If Sean's in the chat, you better speak up. Sean with this nice snow KTM, and then did Simone, who submitted her husband's bike, she should be in the chat monitoring what we're saying about her husband's bike.
Hope she is.
Yeah,
It doesn't look like she rode on the back of it, and she's smart for that because 5,000 miles on the back of a bike.
with
I don't think there's. Well,
yeah, and
it doesn't look like it's room for her back there.
and her husband was too lazy to do the photo, so he had her.
No,
do it
he's good
for-
at delegating. That's
Wait a
what
minute,
that
how
is.
did you get your photo?
I delegated it to my daughter.
Okay. And like I said, your daughter watches this show only to make sure she knows when her dad's
She
going to
said
come
she
home so
was
she can
watching
clear it
She's
out.
off doing custom tutoring tonight or whatever you call
Custom
it.
tutoring.
She sells homework for a living. It makes probably more money than all of us.
She is here too. What?
Oh
It's
yeah,
me.
she is.
No,
Yeah. That's right. Some guy said, "I'm
So-
your daughter, Tatum."
so,
Yeah.
but
if
Sean,
you're looking for algebra or
Sean
calculus
M-
homework,
yeah,
hit my daughter up.
Yeah, Sean M says it's me, and then and Mike H. What's the name on
Oh
that
wait,
Tenere?
she said she was gonna log in with some guy she's helping doing a
I'm
private tutoring today. Maybe that guy wasn't fake.
Oh, your daughter.
She just talks and I don't listen. She's got a girl voice.
Right. Hey, here's How to Raise Children 101. You learned it here on. Mike H got banned from Facebook, and he says she is here too.
Maybe that is her. I don't know the guy.
What was
I don't know.
what was the name? Simone.
No, Simone.
And
Mike H. Oh, Simone. Oh, I know what you're talking
we
about
gotta
now.
we gotta go back and do the. So what was their name? You knew their name earlier.
Yeah. Jeffrey? There was a Jeffrey in there.
It's kind of confusing here at this point. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
have another sip of
Yeah.
Molson's. A Canadian.
All right. Anyhow, let's take it. T7 or a KTM 300 up in the woods.
Okay. Mike Parsons didn't make the show again. Send it to me. Send it to me at jimmylewisoffroad.com. No, that's my school address. Jimmy at Dirt Bike Test.
Jimmy at Dirt Bike Test.
Yeah, that one works better for this stuff. And Mike H. Mike Mike Hanna. Oh, Hanna. He put his name in. He's typing so fast. It's like me trying to do this show.
I
So
don't
that
know,
is
Mike.
him.
If we're well into the whiskey hour here.
Okay, Mike. Here's the thing. I'm really torn on this, but you got a Yamaha, so that's tearing at my heart. I'm sure Takamoto does have a Tenere 700 at their shop, and I know they're doing some things for it. You can definitely get some stuff there. And if you and your wife are both watching, are you watching on one account? Because if you aren't watching on two accounts, that's one less view, and that could really put a big percentage on our viewership, which is important to this show.
So who's the one who got banned? Because that's my kind of guy.
Oh, hey, your wife got banned?
No, the wife said that he got banned. He's here, but he can't. He's on his wife's account.
I would really like to thank the sponsor of this segment, tacomoto.co. They have all the kind of stuff you need for almost any bike, whether it's a Tenere or a KTM, which we're really trying to make a decision on this right now. Of course, other sponsors like DDC, ddcracing.net, Double Take Mirrors, Bulletproof Designs, Fasst Company, the Flex handlebars. They were the giveaway last week. A guy got some. He got one of those brake clevises, and
the one I dropped around there.
Yeah, the one that's like it's supposed to go in my YZ125, but I use it as a prop for the show. Of course, Scott Sports and Yamaha, as well as Climb. Which, if you're wondering where you get an awesome flannel like this, you go to climb.com. Don't click on those fake websites. Go straight to climb.com and get some casual. Their casual wear is sick. Okay,
it's good. I'm going with the Tenere.
Because you're hoping that his band wife sent you.
But I mean, I got to qualify it.
Okay.
She's got to say something to get herself banned. Hey, no, I'm kidding.
And she did the work of sending it in?
Nah, she did the work, and he delegated it, so he's my kind of guy.
Okay. You know what?
He farmed it out, so he's my kind of lazy.
They're on two separate accounts. One of them's watching on Facebook, and one of them's watching on YouTube.
Because what you got?
That's commitment.
Yeah,
that's commitment.
You know he did.
And you know what? We always if it's in the balance.
The 300's nice, and I like.
If it's in the balance, you know, here's the thing. You have to thank Yamaha for sponsoring the show, and you sponsored Yamaha by buying that bike. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't buy that Yamaha, they wouldn't be wanting to sponsor this show. And even though the other bike is a KTM, nice bike, I love where he rode it. I like everything about it. He's not in the chat, evidently. And so you've got a triple win. You have two people in the chat. You're riding a Yamaha, and Yamaha sponsors the show, and Takamoto sponsors the show, and they are going to get you a $100 gift certificate. Simone and her husband Mike Mike that got his husband to send the photo in, kind of like Jimmy got his daughter to shoot the photo of his bike because he's too busy supporting her in the lifestyle she's become accustomed to. Know what I mean, Mike?
Yeah.
Awesome. You guys are the winners. Reach out to me via whatever method that you reached out to me before, and I will hook you up with Taco Mike, and they will get you set up. It's awesome. And Simone rides a TTR 225.
God bless her.
Blue Crew over there.
That thing will still be alive well after I'm in the dirt.
In the Hannah residence. Awesome. So, Sean says... Wait, Sean says, I have the KTM.
Oh, shit.
Wait a minute.
Don't do it. Oh.
Yeah. How do I know? I'm going back on the comments right now, and it says, it's me. I'm sorry, Sean.
Send it in 2 weeks. We won't remember.
Hey, Sean, reach out to me in an email. I'm gonna try to help you out with something here and there.
It was a close call.
It was a close call for sure. So awesome, guys. Love the Rooster Endo segment brought to you by Taco Moto.
Bad
Jimmy,
week I chose.
Thanks for coming in.
Happy to be here.
Good times.
Always
my Canadian buddies over there. You guys get a day off of my rally torture tomorrow. So where are you guys going? Down to the end of the street?
Down to the end of the road, turn left.
So
just thanks for letting us make fun of you, TJ.
Yeah, side panels.
Side panels.
Yeah.
Swappy. Go watch some of TJ and Trevor.
Watch that video. It's
good pro race in the open desert, man.
I cannot tell you how
these dudes are all gnarly that do that. They are some seriously bad hombres.
I can't tell you how frustrated I get watching the amount of opportunities Trevor had to just go in and slam you in every turn. Like, he was so nice. Like, I wouldn't have been that nice. I have a horn on my bike sometimes too. You might have recognized that.
I seen it on the video. He was honking at me.
Yeah, he honked too. He waited forever.
He's on the beta. They come with horns.
They come with horns. Yeah, why didn't he honk earlier? So
took him a while to learn he had a horn.
Anyhow, thank you all for joining in. Give it to Mike. This was fun. Hey, Sean, I appreciate the support. Dude, Sean, reach out to me for sure. Easy to find on the internets. Thanks to Molson Canadian tonight. Some Canadian whiskey, Crown Royal.
Good stuff, guys. Much appreciated.
This is much better mixing than just sipping. Yeah, you mix it with stuff. Right. Yep, I'm getting the thing.
A sliver of Captain Morgan's in there is good.
Captain and Crown?
Yeah.
Wait, that's the same. Oh, it's rum.
Rum, spice rum.
Interesting. I haven't tried that before. I was going to just kind of go out with I was going to try to make this show like I was going to do this. So, good day. Good day, everybody. So, take off hosers and take care of Gronk. We're down there with you. Okay. We'll see you on the trail, everybody.
Bye, guys.
See you. I
Have fun riding out there.
I gotta know how to turn this show
Go jump
off.
on your dirt bikes, y'all.
Yeah.
Good day.
Oh,
Yeah.
Canadian flair.
It's almost like they're here. This show is almost as bad as a Bob and Doug show, I think.
I can't believe you guys don't know the outfit.
If you liked what you saw in this video, come check us out over at dirtbiketest.com on the webs. We have bike tests, product tests, a lot of fresh dirt, and you can even support us by clicking through our links. Hopefully, we'll see you out in the trail.